Live from J. David Ramsey Stadium on the campus of Bear River High School. Touchdown Productions, now in our 17th season of high school sports television, is proud to present Bear River Bruin football. Tonight, as we unwrap the 2013 Pioneer Valley League season, we feature the battle of two undefeated teams. The Bear River Bruins take on the Colfax Falcons. The preseason is over and the drive to the Pioneer Valley League championship begins tonight. And all of the football action begins right here, right now. It's your NorCal Game of the Week. The Bear River Bruins take their undefeated record at 5-0 into the league play tonight. However, so do the crosstown rivals, the Colfax Falcons. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our worldwide audience. This is Marty Mortensen, the voice of Bear River football, joined by color analysts Paul Brown and Steve Sitter. Our producer and director for tonight's game is Gilbert M. Dominguez, and he is joined by the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team of Daniel Paddock, Paul Town, and Chase Baxter. Hey, Paul, this is the game that everyone looks forward to when the schedule comes out in the early summer.
That's a fact, Marty. We've been looking forward to this game for it seems like forever. Both teams are 5-0, and they're facing a difficult opponent this season as they come on from behind to beat the Eureka Loggers late in the fourth quarter. But, Marty, what do you think about this game tonight?
Well, it's going to be pretty exciting, and the same could be said for the Colfax Falcons, Paul, who also come into tonight's game with a perfect 5-0 record, only they have dominated each of their opponents with such another potent passing attack led by number 14 senior quarterback Michael Wilson, who has shredded the defenses over the preseason with 1,445 yards and 22 TDs.
In fact, Marty, Colfax hasn't scored a rushing touchdown all season. It's been Air Martello this season, and that will be the real test for the Bear River secondary, who has 7 interceptions on the season, 2 for touchdowns by John Voter III alone.
And to that, Colfax is looking for a little payback for last season's Bear River victory at Colfax, and you've got the makings of a great game here tonight. Everything you can ever expect from this cross-county rivalry. Thanks for spending your time with us tonight on NCTV, Comcast Channel 11, Suddenlink Channel 16, and on our Touchdown Production Game of the Week YouTube channel. It's Bear River versus Colfax coming up next, right here on your Touchdown Production Sports Network.
Delta Home Loans has been matching home buyers with the right home loan since 1989. John and Suzanne Voter really know our market and know what it takes to get you into the home of your dreams. That's why they've been voted Nevada County's best. John and Suzanne Voter love to be part of our community and congratulate the 2013 Bear River Bruin football team. We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I love SPD Market because I know all the people here and I've been coming here for a long time. I do all my socializing here and they're just a great community supporter.
I like SPD Market because it's like coming home and seeing all the people I've known for years.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Foothill Flowers has been owned and operated by the Johnson family since 1966. Our flowers are hand-picked at the San Francisco Flower Mart, and we get fresh shipments from Hawaii every week. We specialize in unique arrangements for any occasion. Our design staff has 80 years of experience. Every order comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Foothill Flowers, quality and service since 1966.
So we're back, Marty, and we're about ready to see Colfax Bear River. And there's the Giants and Dodgers and the Kings and the Lakers, but forget about it. This is a rivalry we can all remember, and we all remember from high school. And as far as the PVL is concerned, I don't think there has been a bigger rivalry over the years. Bear River currently has bragging rights, winning last year 24-14. But overall in the series, since 1986, Colfax leads that series 14 games to 11. And tonight, it's a toss-up. Both teams undefeated, coming in here 5-0. Both teams have very high-octane, potent offenses. We're liable to see a real burner tonight. Wouldn't you say, Steve Sitter?
Oh, absolutely. And might I say some mighty fine stats there, Paul.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this rivalry goes back a long time. I certainly remember it. I graduated Bear River 2006, and the Colfax game was the one we all looked forward to all season long.
Well, we can look around the field right now, and people are starting to pile in the stadium. We're going to go to the standings here, but you can see there's never more people in this stadium than there is for the Colfax Bear River game. Steve, let's take a look at the PVL.
Oh, yeah, and as you can see, on top, Bear River Colfax, both 5-0, 5 straight wins as we head into the season. And neither one of these teams wants to be the first one to lose that undefeated record. Right below them is Lincoln at 4-1, then Center at 3-2, and then Foothill and Placer both at 1-4, rounding out the bottom.
Here's the SFL for the week. Why don't you run that one through for us?
Well, Granite Bay sitting on top 4-1. They're the best team so far with 4 straight wins. Rockland, Roseville, Del Oro, all 3-2. Rockland with 3 straight wins there, so they've got a good amount of momentum behind them. Wood Creek at 2-3, and NU still looking for their first win as they enter season play at 0-5.
Yes, I know. My good friend Jim Adams has got a paper bag over his head this year, unfortunately. He's waiting for his miners to get off the dime and start scoring some, but we'll see how that progresses as the season goes on.
Hey, PVL volleyball is Placer and Bear River off to a good start, 3-0, and Bear River at 2-0. Colfax 2-1, Lincoln 0-2, Foothill 0-2, and Center comes in 0-2 and 0-8 so far into the season. So it's going to be a tough year there for Center. They don't pick it up here pretty soon.
And in the SFL, we see Rockland and Granite Bay are both 4-0 in league play, but Granite Bay 16-0 overall, 16 straight wins. That's going to be hard to break. Roseville at 2-2, Nevada Union and Wood Creek at both 1-3, and Del Oro looking for their first regular season win at 0-4, but they have a 10-game losing streak. They've got some major momentum to swing back to their side.
Don't forget to join us next week right here at J. David Ramsey Stadium. Bear River Bruins take on the Placer Hillman in the second league game of the season. You can watch that on Comcast Channel 11, Suddenlink Channel 16, Wave Broadband Channel 20, and don't forget our Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube channel. Check it out. The game will be played in its entirety. Don't forget, we've got Power Up coming your way. Support NC TV. Be sure to join us for the second annual Power Up NC TV Telethon, the next generation. And that's all coming to you Saturday, October the 19th from 1 to 5 p.m. Be there in downtown Grass Valley as we turn the parking lot into an all-day telethon adventure. Enjoy the music of Peter Wilson, Buck Love and the Humperheads, Clodhoppers, No Hands Bridge, Sol Rayo, and the Dino Holics. Use our PayPal button on NevadaCountyTV.org to make your pledge. Now to keep NCTV on the air and serving our community for another 20 years. This is the same channel that brings you Bruin football, so it's the second annual Power Up NCTV Telethon, the next generation, Saturday, October 19th from 1 to 5 p.m. We'll see you there. I'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River football as they play Colfax tonight on the Touchdown Production Sports Network.
Preserve the memories of your special player or team forever at obphoto.com, the official photographer of Bear River football. At obphoto.com, you'll find the highest quality prints, mouse pads, coasters, photo buttons, cases for iPhones and iPads, t-shirts, sweatshirts, travel mugs, and more. obphoto.com even makes special requests. So enjoy the memories of the season at obphoto.com, your source for Bear River sports photos.
Are you ready to buy or sell your home or property? Placer Title's your local title and escrow company located right here in the heart of Nevada County. We combine the stability of a national insurer with all the benefits of on-site title and escrow professionals. Being voted the best title company by the union readers for the past 7 years is a true testament to our local roots and unparalleled customer service. Stop by one of our 2 convenient locations and thank you for keeping your business local.
The Beam Center joins forces with Admiral Electric to offer you electrical services for your home and has a new line of whole house fans which will save you energy. They're also your headquarters for big screen TVs in Grass Valley, including the new 3D TVs, and feature the First Alert security systems as well as the famous Beam Central Vac system. It's fun and function at the Beam Easy Living Center in Grass Valley. The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax. The Old Town Cafe is the oldest continuously operating restaurant in Grass Valley. Serving breakfast and lunch 7 days a week, the Old Town Cafe is now open for dinner every Friday and Saturday night with nightly specials like steaks, seafood, along with draft beer and wine. Stop by to see Monday Night Football at the OTC with drink and appetizer specials. It's football fun for the whole family at the Old Town Cafe.
Back here at J. David Ramsey Stadium here, Bear River's about ready to take on the Colfax Falcons, and tonight we're going to see the battle of the 5-win and no-loss teams, and fueled mostly by 2 excellent quarterbacks. Rarely do we see 2 quarterbacks coming in the PVL that are as skilled as these 2 seniors are. For the Colfax Falcons, we're going to see Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson there he is right there. We got 22 touchdowns this season. This guy is a juggernaut when it comes to throwing the football. He's also the kicker, but he doesn't hand the ball off much. You're going to see passing about 2 out of 3 downs. This season, they've only scored 2 touchdowns by running, and that's even disputed. On the other end of the ball for Bear River, we've got Braden Duncan. And Braden, he is more of a running quarterback, but he has thrown the ball with a great deal of accuracy, 46 of 71 this season for 701 yards. Braden really does the job well. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks that Bear River has had in some time. Steve Sitter, who are these quarterbacks throwing at this year?
Well, for Bear River, the 2 favorite targets of Braden Duncan are number 14, Christopher Eady, and number 5, Hunter Kramer. Both seniors, Eady averaging 14 receiving yards, Kramer averaging just over 12. So those are just some great figures. Over on Colfax, Michael Wilson, again, is just holding down this offense with a 679 completion percentage.
Wow.
He's 106 for 156 for almost 1,500 yards in 5 games. That is just phenomenal. And he really does have no shortage of targets. Let's see, he's got Chaz Riesinger, who is a senior, who is also a fantastic running back. And a lot has been said about Colfax's receiving. Their running backs have been doing good work. They just haven't been scoring. They've been kind of setting up Wilson for some good touchdowns. They've got Chaz Riesinger, Jake Medeiros, and Marcus Jackson, who all can run the ball very well. Jackson averaging 6.5 yards, Medeiros averaging 4, and Chaz also averaging 4. Those are still some great numbers for just a very high-powered Colfax Falcons team.
And Marty, you've seen virtually every Bear River game this season. What do you expect out of the running backs and overall as far as this Bruin offense?
Well, you got the mainstay here so far this year has been Brad Botsford. He has put up some big numbers. He breaks to the outside and up the middle, and he's been scoring a lot of touchdowns. Along with John Voder has been doing a very good job and filling in a little bit. At halfback has been Garrett Ramsauer. He has picked up quite a few yards throughout the season. Most of the kids are playing double duty on offense and defense. But all in all, it looks like this is going to be an exciting game, Paul, and I can't wait for that coin toss and then the kickoff because. Tonight there's going to be a little something special here for head coach on the freshman team, John Fernandez, who has some health issues, and they're going to dedicate this game to him tonight out at the center of the field. So we'll look forward to hearing that as he's been around Bear River High School coaching for 22 seasons. He's now the co-head coach along with Dick Wernz, and just one heck of a nice guy, and we wish him all the best from us up here in the booth and the total group here from Touchdown Productions. There's a Bear River on the sideline getting ready for the singing of our national anthem here before the toss of the coin.
Big crowd tonight here at Bear River. Like I mentioned, the stadiums on both sides completely full. The band in full regalia. People are starting to bring in their banners and so forth, but if you're going to park here in this little foothill town, you're going to be walking a ways before you're going to get to this stadium.
Yeah, if you didn't get here early tonight,
forget about it.
You've got some issues.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Big crowd, and Colfax drove over from up their way, all the way over the back roads to Lake of the Pines. So it's everybody's anxiously waiting for the start of this football game. So Brian Hudson will be making the announcements here again tonight.
The Bruin Nation would like to welcome the fans, friends, and family members of both Bear River and Colfax. Thank you in advance for your sportsmanship.
Yeah, so John Fernandez, he's just a splendid guy. He's been around a long time, 22 years here at coaching at Bear River, and we just wish him all the best.
There are two other PBL games tonight. Center is playing at Lincoln, and Placer is playing at Foothill. Throughout the night, we'll pass.
There's also a rumor going around, Marty, that Scott Savoy was considering making this his last season. I don't know if it's
I haven't heard that yet. But
I don't know if it's real or not, but we should probably get a little word from the sidelines and find out.
I'll have to ask him next week at practice.
Well, this is one of the best Bear River teams that we've seen come along in some time.
Mm-hmm.
And
even though they have a small squad of 31 with a couple of people out from injuries, but they do have a very cohesive unit.
They do, and they've got at the skill positions some excellent players, and that's really what you need.
They're the Bear River captains going out to the center of the field. Braden Duncan, number 10. A couple of injured players for Colfax out there, coming out to the center of the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we want to honor one of Bear River's finest. John Hernandez began coaching football at Bear River in 1992. Hundreds of Bear River students since 1992, including most of tonight's Bear River varsity players, have had the privilege of being positively impacted by John's dedication to their development as football players and, more importantly, as human beings. This season, John has taken ill and has had to step away from the football field and the kids he loves.
Tonight, we want to dedicate this game to John. John, we hope you have the radio on at home, or you can watch this tape later. The coin I am turning over to the officials will be given to you next week as a memento of this game in your honor. Thank you for everything you have done for us, and our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family.
That's a great picture of John on the jumbo screen.
Yeah.
John been around 22 years. Certainly deserves this recognition.
Well, here's the coin toss. Coming up.
All right, gentlemen. Tonight's coin, the heads, the bells, the tails, heads, and that's tails. Colfax, your visiting team, what's your call? He calls heads. What do we have? It's a heads. Colfax, you've won the toss. Kick, receive, defer to the second half, receive the ball. Okay, which goal would you like to defend? Okay, put your backs to the scoreboard for me, please. Colfax right here.
So Colfax wins the toss. They will receive.
At this end, Bear River would defend the clock. Gentlemen, shake hands. Good luck.
All right. Another exciting Bear River Colfax contest. The JV game was kind of a rout tonight, Paul and Steve, as the Bear River JVs came out and just put a spanking on the Colfax JV team, 48-0. So it was that was quite a game. It started off a little slow, but it turned into kind of a rout, Steve.
Oh, yeah. The running game, the passing game for Bear River's JV team just could not be stopped.
Yeah, we're going to stand now for the playing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very nice job. Unfortunately, Brian Hudson didn't say her name loud enough, and I didn't hear it. So she's a member of the Starlighters from Bear River. So she gets a handshake from Coach Zahner and Coach Savoy, and we're ready to go, Paul. Band over here to our right, getting ready to strike up the band, so to speak. Steve, what do you expect from tonight's game?
Well, I expect both teams are going to want to try and make a decisive stand early to kind of establish some momentum to ride through the rest of the game. Colfax is going to start out with the ball, so they're going to have the opportunity to strike first. It's going to be up to Bear River's defense to find a way to stop the aerial assault that has carried Colfax to their 5-0 record.
I think they're going to have to put on the full court press tonight because they have a good pass rush, and that's I think what's going to take for Bear River to make the quarterback rush. They did that last week, and the quarterback was rushed and threw some errant throws, and so maybe that can happen here tonight for the Bear River.
Well, Max Preps tonight calls this game 27-24 Colfax. I don't agree. I think Colfax showed their strength on defense over the last couple of weeks, and they'll be able to stop this potent offense of Colfax, and we're going to find out real soon here because the offense is coming on the field.
There's a kind of a pooch kick. The ball's taken on and for a fair catch, spotted on the 36-yard line where Colfax will take over 1st and 10 on their own 36. So it's going to be a big test tonight for Bear River. They haven't been tested that much with passing. Let's see how the secondary is going to respond. Here they come. Shotgun formation. Wilson gets it, and he's going to be passing right off the bat, and he's got his man, and it's going to be incomplete. Dropped. That would have been good for a first down. Good coverage in the secondary by Bear River, and that was intended for Chris Harshman, the wide receiver, a senior, 6'1", 170. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Harshman is his favorite receiver. More receptions than any other wide receiver for the Falcons.
Two backs in with the quarterback, Wilson. Direct snap. Now he's rolling to his right, looking. No pass rush. He's got his man at the sideline. That's going to be short of a first down, I think. Let's see. That was Bryant, the receiver.
Boy, we're sure seeing Michael Wilson and his agility tonight. He can roll out and he throws accurately on the run, doesn't he, Marty?
He certainly does, and that went for 10 yards and a first down, so they'll move the chains. Bear River had no pass rush on that one.
Colfax likes to use the play action and kind of freeze the rush.
3 receivers out to the left, handoff right up the middle, and going to be stopped. There's going to be a flag, probably a possibility of a hold. That may bring him back. That was thrown right at the line of scrimmage. It is a hold.
I think I saw Greg Painter, the offensive lineman senior. I believe we saw him with a hold. Let's see if we can see it on the replay, Steve. He's on the right of your screen right there.
Oh, yeah, that was a big-time hold.
Yeah, he just drug him to the ground.
That'll move him back 10.
Line scrimmage, replay first down.
That'll bring up 1st and 20 now. You think that might be a problem for him, but not with the arm of Wilson. He's a strong, accurate passer. 3 receivers in the pattern. Rolling out, big rush, and almost got him. And then he overthrows him, his receiver over in the flat. Nice rush in there. That was Botsford. He's been doing that all season, put the hard rush as he got in there and forced Wilson to move out to his left and then threw a little bit off balance to his wide receiver.
You know, here's the replay. And if you're going to put all of your backs into the pattern, you're going to leave nobody to take Botsford, who's coming right up the slot untouched. I'm surprised that wasn't intercepted.
So that'll bring us up 2nd down and 20. Rollins in the backfield with Wilson. Big rush again, and it's almost, boy, that was a dangerous pass. Coming in on that was Botsford again. That brings up third down and 20.
So, we can see right now Scott Savoy is going to bring it. He's not going to give Wilson time to throw the football. That was an all-out, he had the whole student body coming up that line that time.
I think that's a really good idea on the part of Coach Savoy. When you have that many options on offense that Colfax has, if you swarm the middle, you force them to try and make long passes to corners, and those aren't high percentage passes.
4 receivers in the pattern. Looking again.
Here comes
It's looking long, and it could be intercepted. It is intercepted coming down the sideline, and that is number 20. That is number 24, Tipton. Tipton was, and now there's a penalty. Let's see what that's going to be. Boy, that was a big play right there on that turnover. That's going to be a sideline warning, I think. Watch the replay.
Replay here and watch. He has time to throw this time, but he certainly is looking at the rush coming at him. Lets the ball go, and it gets a little air under it. Overthrows the receiver, and right there is number 24, Tipton, Michael Tipton. We're now being told that it's a sideline.
No, it looked like it was a personal foul against Bear River afterwards, so I didn't see what it was, but they stop him, and they'll get good field position. They would have had a lot better field position down about the 35-yard line.
So, Steve, one more time on this replay.
Well,
maybe next time.
All right, here comes the Bear River Bruins on their first offensive series. Let's see what they got planned. They got 3 receivers in the pattern, 2 backs in the backfield. But now timeout's called. They're going to reset the ball at the 41-yard line of Bear River.
There's that replay we promised you, Steve.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the personal foul comes in.
Something was probably said.
So here they go. Quick handoff. A break into the outside. That's Botsford down the sideline. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 31. Coming in and making that stop for the Falcons was Navarez.
And Botsford found himself a lot of room, but you just saw the kind of runner he is, Marty. He brushed off a tackle at the line of scrimmage, brushed off the linebacker, and heads up the sideline. Not the fastest back you'll ever see, but I'll tell you, he's powerful.
He's punishing, boy. Well, the Bruins now 1st and 10, rolling to pass. Looking. He's rolling out. He's got a man in the end zone. He got 2 guys in the end zone. That's Wagner. Is it caught? No, it isn't. That was intended for Wagner.
He threw into a lot of coverage that
yep.
time. There were 3 defenders, and he threw into a crowd. He was lucky that didn't get picked off. Throwing on the run, running to his right. He could have checked down to one of the backs who was wide open underneath, but decided to take the shot into the end zone.
That'll bring up 2nd down. Two backs in the backfield. Now time. Let's see what they call here. Timeout by Bear River. Coaches didn't like what they saw there in that setup. There we are. Support NCTV. Power up. Just 1 week away. Not this Saturday. Next Saturday, October the 19th, 2013. 1-5, the Grass Valley City Hall. We've got plenty of activities, a lot of good music. So bring your checkbook, show up, and have yourself a wonderful afternoon. NCTV, power up the next generation. Support the local community television access channels.
One of my favorite groups is going to be there, Marty, the Deanaholics.
Deanaholics, huh?
They have a Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and really a good show. I've seen them a couple of times.
There's a good shot of the fans that have turned out for tonight's game. Bear River's got the ball, 2nd down on their own 33-yard line. Botsford trying to go up the middle, he can't do anything. He maybe picks up a yard, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Wasn't much of a hole there. In on that tackle, number 32 is Mendoza. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. Coming in is Tipton with the play. Crowd is, for such a big crowd, they're very quiet here tonight, Paul.
I think that's about ready to change, Marty.
Okay. Good snap, looking over the middle. It looks like that was a little early on that hit, as that was Edie, our player of the game last week. It looks like we're going back into the huddle very gingerly here.
You know, I like the play call, actually. Scott Savoy called it quick. He had the ball in his hands maybe 1 or 2 seconds before he released it to Edie. He's going to take the rush away from the Colfax Falcons and not let them do what they've been doing.
So Blake Nielsen goes back into punt formation. He's going to try to kick it out of bounds. Deep, a low snap, and it's going to be recovered in there, and so they'll take over on the turnover. Blake Nielsen didn't have a chance, as that snap was low, I believe.
Yeah, that was a 2-bouncer.
Yeah, right. There was nothing they could do. They might as well have gone for the 4th down, because they lost yardage on that one. Like 15 yards. They were trying to pin him deep. So now Colfax takes over for the 2nd time after they had thrown that interception. So it'll be on their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10. So that penalty hurt him quite a bit, Paul. Handoff right up the middle, and he's going to be tackled in there and brought down. That looked like Cordial. Let's take a look at that snap,
Yeah,
Paul.
here's the bad snap. It's like I said, a couple of bounces. It just never gets off the ground here. And the punter actually tries to kick the ball once it's on the ground, which isn't such a bad idea. Watch, he'll fumble around. Now he'll try to kick at it right there.
Little soccer kick. He's a soccer player.
Just advance the ball anywhere you can.
All right. There's a pass out into the flat. High. It's caught, and that'll be a 1st down. That is Bryant making that catch on that high throw. Bear River's giving them a lot of room.
They are. You know, the Bruins have to be disappointed after that last series. They got an interception and then an excellent run, and they couldn't put any points on the board. And against this offense, you need to do that every time you get a chance.
So there's a flag comes in.
I think this is going to be a false start.
Yeah, a little illegal procedure. That'll take him back 5.
All right, snap. Got a dead ball. False start on the offense. 5 yards, previous spot. Replay 1st down.
That'll bring up 1st and 15.
That definitely stops Colfax's momentum. Bear River kind of giving everything back to Colfax. Great field position. Colfax kind of shoots himself in the foot right there.
So Wilson now in shotgun formation, single back in the backfield. Looking, steps up, he's gonna run it, and coming up and making the stop on a nice tackle. That looked like Voter came up and made that stop. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Voter stayed home on that and was able to bring him down, but he had a big running lane in front of him. Wouldn't be surprised to see a blitz here. Handoff. Oh, nice play. And Botsford comes up and makes that stop. Wow.
Boy, Botsford is on the game, isn't he? He's either not being touched or he's manhandling the offensive player over him. That's the 3rd time we've seen him in the backfield before the play can even develop. Here's a replay on that, Steve.
Mike.
Yeah, he just shoots right through the middle, completely untouched. And it doesn't even matter if that's a fake handoff. Botsford's going to make someone hit the ground.
Yeah, he's a punishing tackler and a runner. So here comes 3rd and about 14. Looking deep. He's got a man on that's going to be short of the 1st down, it looks like. No, they're going to give it to him. I can't tell.
The yardage markers are on the far side of the field, so it's hard for us to tell. I think
Now
he's
they're
going to be.
They're going to give him a first down.
Sure enough, he's going to have enough room.
That pass was high. Bear River defenders are giving him lots of room. 7:40 left to go here in this first quarter. No score.
Boy, that ball had some velocity on it, didn't it, though?
It has zip.
It got there in a hurry.
Three receivers out in the pattern again. Looking. It's going to be thrown out into the flat, and it's going to get a couple of yards. It'll be brought down in there. Krogman in on the tackle there. Picks up a couple, I think. That's about 3. Second down and 7. So this game, their game, Colfax games, is based around the passing of Wilson, and he's showing it right here. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Barking out the signals is Wilson. Bear River on the shift. Now there might be a delay of game or a timeout. Oh, it's going to be a delay of game. They couldn't get the plays scored away. That'll take them back 5 yards.
I think Wilson was trying to change the play at the line of scrimmage. He was trying to read the defense, and he was making a check off and got called for it. That's a tough penalty to take. Now it's second down and about 12.
Handoff, and just stopped in there by Ramsauer and Botsford, and Kramer in on the tackle.
I think Kramer led the way at that time. They all had a shot at him, but running the football up the middle doesn't seem to be working at all for the Falcons.
Third down and about 12. See what they call here. He's going to roll out. Going to be a screen pass over the middle, and that's going to be swarmed over in there by the Bruins, as that looks like Cordial coming up and making that stop.
They're right on the 30-yard line, Marty, so we're kind of in no man's land. They're not going to punt the ball from here. They've got 7 yards.
They got 4th down and 7. Be a big stop for Bear River if they can hold on here. Let's see what they call. 2 backs in the backfield. Another pass, big run off on and it's incomplete. Nice defensive work in there. And that is Wagner. So the Bear River will take over on downs, 1st and 10.
I like the way Ryan Wagner played that time. He was out there on Horseman, and he got right in his nose. He wasn't going to let him beat him for that short 7 yards. Well played by Ryan Wagner.
So Bear River comes back on the attack as Duncan comes into the huddle with the play. 3 receivers out, and there's a handoff over the right side. That's Botsford, and that goes nowhere, maybe a half yard at most. They're keying on Botsford, no question about that. They may have to do some pitch outs to Tipton around the end because they've got him pretty well boxed in right now.
I think they were embarrassed on that first series of plays.
Yeah.
Botsford just kind of manhandled and went right past them.
Oh, here come the Bruins. Rolling out, looking. Scott just overthrows him. That was to Tipton, way overthrown by 10 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
You know, on that particular play, it shows one of the weaknesses that Braden Duncan has. We've seen him. He doesn't look at all of his field. He knew where he wanted to throw that ball, looked at one receiver and let her fly. There were receivers open underneath that he should have checked off on because that certainly wasn't open.
Yep. So here come the Bruins. Now they got, I think Wagner caught it. He did. That was Ryan Wagner, number 11, on a big play. 3rd down and 9. That picks up about 15, right in between 2 defenders.
Ryan Wagner really doing the job, keeping the concentration, watching the ball right into his numbers. A beautiful throw that time by Duncan. And Wagner, between 2 defenders, here's a replay. Wagner watches the throw come right into him. The defenders don't even know. It goes right past their ear. Watch this ball thrown beautifully, right in between them. And Wagner has the presence of mind to catch it. Good play.
Live action coming over on the side. That was Caleb Johnson, who went out in the second game of the season, preseason, with a shoulder issue, and he's back in practice this week, and he's back in the lineup. He's one of the big runners that they needed for this whole season, so they got him now for the rest of the season with in league play. So it'll be 2nd down and about 6. There's a handoff right side, and boy, that's they got that play just swarmed over as a loss. That the ball carrier was Johnson again.
One more time, Steve. Take a look at this.
Yeah, and first of all, what a great job by Duncan of staying in there, knowing he's going to get hit hard right after he throws it. But what great concentration to reel that throw in. That was not an easy catch at all.
So now the Bruins have got 3rd down and about 7. We'll see what they come up with here. We got 3:46 left to go in this first quarter. 2 backs in the backfield with Duncan. He's looking for Reed. Now they're going to throw to Botsford out in the flat. He's got running room, and he's down for the 1st down all the way down to the 21-yard line at Colfax. No, that was wide open, Paul.
It sure was, and they took Colfax, schooled them a little bit, let them come through the line and threw the screen over their head. And Botsford, wide open field, and when you give him some open land, he is going to take it all the way to the house. Let's see here. Now watch. Good block that time. Botsford waiting for another block that doesn't materialize. Has to slow down, but real nice job.
Yeah, what a well-designed play that was.
Now timeout is called. And Botsford took that ball at the line and caught that ball at the line of scrimmage and picked up some big yardage. Take a look at the replay here, Paul.
One more time here. Now watch them just sell this play, let those linemen through, throwing it over their heads. Botsford here, I think Botsford should just light the afterburners off and just go as hard as he possibly can to get as much yardage as he can. He tried to wait for his block to materialize. It never did, so he was stopped at about the 26.
He got a nice block from Reagan Davis, number 77, on that to there he is. There's Davis as he to spring him on that first 5 or 6 yards, and then Botsford was on his own. There's a good shot of the cheerleaders and the crowd. Here come the Bruins. It'll be 1st and 10. They've used up 2 of their timeouts. Looks like something over the middle. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and that's Duncan may pick up a yard or so.
I don't know where that play came from. They came to the short side of the field here. Didn't have a lot of room to run. He had to turn that ball up sooner than he did. Steve, why don't you take the stats on how much these quarterbacks run? I haven't seen either one of them run that much tonight.
Well, Michael Wilson on Colfax is not a big runner. I believe he has negative 22 rushing yards. And I have a feeling most of those are on sacks. But he's primarily a thrower, and with a 68% completion average, it's not a bad idea.
Caleb Johnson in motion. He's going deep in the corner. Oh, and he just had it on his fingertip. That was Johnson. He just couldn't hold on. He had a touchdown.
Johnson had it over the left shoulder. He turned to the right. And unfortunately, he had to make an adjustment just as the ball's coming down. Hard to do, and
had it on his fingertips.
He sure did. One more time, we'll look at the replay here. Watch as the ball is coming down. He's turning that one way and just over the top.
Just couldn't hang on that. That'll bring up 3rd and 9. Maybe they can get into field goal position if they can't get a touchdown. or a first down. Looking, plenty of time. Throwing over the middle, and
There's
look
a
at the flag. Absolutely a first down. I think they grabbed hold of Kramer as he went blowing by the defender, and that should give him an automatic first down.
Well, you see the size of Kramer. He's taller than the rest of the crew. He sticks up like a tall weed in the grass, and they were just throwing it high, hoping he could go up and get it. And knowing that they were beat, I think the defense of the Falcons did the wise thing and just pulled him down.
Yeah, that had 6 points written all over it.
Really did. But in high school sports, you're not going to get the goal line ball. You're just going to get a 15-yard penalty, but it will be an automatic first down, and the Bear River Bruins will start at about the 13.
On a defense, half distance to the goal, result of the penalty is a first down.
Okay, it's first and 2:21 left. First and 10 on the 13-yard line. Bear River on the move. Handoff. Botsford is met in the at the line of scrimmage and gets thrown for a loss.
Great tackle in there. That was number 54, Dakota Barnes, the junior.
They're just keying on Botsford now.
Yeah, take a look at this, Steve.
Yeah, Colfax has really done a good job after that initial rush for 26 yards. They haven't allowed a run of more than 5. So Colfax has really done a good job adjusting their run defense. Now all they have to do is figure out this Bear River pass, and then they'll have a very formidable defense.
Here come the Bruins. 3 receivers out, looking to pass, and they do. They pass it to Botsford. He's going to head into the 5, and he bowls over. Touchdown, Bruins! Brad Botsford just crashes in for the score. Wow, does he punish those guys or what, huh?
He put on the burners that time. That's what I was hoping he would do on his last pass play. He just got the ball. You just give him the football and get those legs turning. No one's going to get in front of him, and Botsford brings it home. The Bruins with the first score of the night with 1:27 left in the first quarter. Big play, Bear River Bruins.
In the kick, the extra point is Blake Nielsen. Kick is down, held, and it looks good. I shagged balls for Blake yesterday. He wasn't missing those extra points at all. He was kicking field goals of 35, 40 yards. So there's your Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Bear River scores first here in the first quarter with 1:27 left to go. Bear River 7 and Colfax Falcon 0.
One more time on the replay, Steve.
Mike.
Now, when Botsford catches this ball, I didn't think he had any room to run. I thought someone from Colfax was going to be able to seal it up. You can see there's 2 Colfax defenders right there. Neither of them can square up.
No.
And Botsford just outruns them, just flat out outruns them. And when one Colfax safety comes in, just boom, right over the top of him. Has no stopping power whatsoever.
There's some good camera work right there at the goal line. Touchdown Productions is there to get that play, and Botsford, congratulated by his teammates. I got to tell you though, Marty, Bear River cannot sit back on 7 points against this Falcon team.
Oh, no question about that. They've got to keep playing hard, tough football. There's your Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard. There it is. Bear River 7, Colfax Falcons 0.
I'm going to say the first team to 30 is going to win this football game.
There's a big kick. It's going to be taken. It's going to go into the end zone to come out to the 20. You can see that you can see Blake Nielsen's got a strong leg, and he kicked that one all the way into the end zone.
I think he also threw Colfax off guard on the opening kickoff with that big pooch. I think everyone from Colfax started to creep up a little bit.
So Colfax will take over on their own 20.
Let's see what Tony Martello dials up now. Scott Savoy pretty much had his number so far defensively. Had some success in the air, but really needs to put some kind of a running game together.
Oh, Wilson back in shotgun formation. Four receivers in the pattern. A quick pass out in the flat, and they're going to miss one tackle, and they pick up about 7 yards. And that was Bryant again.
These receivers are especially good at running with the football after they catch it in open field, Marty. Bryant is very deceptive, and he makes good little moves, and so does Harshman.
So that'll bring up second down and about 4, maybe. Looking a quick pass again, and it's going to be incomplete, almost intercepted. Wow. Coming up, Botsford over there on that coverage almost had that interception. That had been pick 6. No problem on that one. Just couldn't hang on to it.
And Marcus Jackson was the intended receiver. He was running before he caught the ball, and that's why it just kind of flipped right out of his hand.
So it's third down as they come up to the huddle very quickly. There's a snap and a pass, and they're going to get a first down. They push him out of, it's incomplete. Let's see.
Incomplete, far over his head, so the Falcons are going to be forced to punt. There's no way they can go for it. 4 yards left.
Punt team comes in.
And Placer is ahead 21-6 against Foothill in the second quarter.
So Tipton and Edie are back to receive the punt from Wilson. It's a good snap. Strong kick, nice tight spiral, signaling for a fair catch, and then coming down with it on their 40-yard line. Bear River will take over. That was Edie.
Wisely, Edie took a fair catch that time. Great punt.
Yeah, they worked on that yesterday. They know that the kicker's got a strong leg, and so they were catching a lot of free signaling for a fair catch. So here come the Bruins again. That might build their confidence on that long drive, especially with a couple of third down plays that helped out. Here come the Bruins. That's a handoff. That's Botsford, the ball carrier. Picks up about 3.
And that'll be the last play of the first quarter. Like a couple of good fighters, Marty.
Yep.
Body blows being thrown here in this first quarter. Only strike by the Bear River.
So Bear River's going to try to get one more play in here. So they come up second and about 7. In motion is Tipton as a high snap, and falling on it wisely is, I don't know what happened there. Wow, that'll be the end of the quarter. Maybe they should have waited, Paul.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Regrouped.
I think Braden forgot what the snap count was, as that thing sailed over his head. I don't even think he moved.
No. There's your Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard, showing Bear River on top by a score of 7-0 as Bear River lost about 10 yards on that play, big time. Ball was snapped over his head.
Here's a replay on it. We can take a look at it. He's looks like he's got a hard count going, and there it goes.
I think the center did not get the snap count. What do you think? Because nobody else was moving.
Yeah, that was whatever happened. That was not what was supposed to happen.
No, you're right. But wisely, Duncan came up and fell on that ball.
And don't forget, there's 8 ways to watch us here. Touchdown Productions, Comcast Channel 11, Suddenlink Channel 16. You can also see us on ACTV Channel 20. And then, of course, YouTube. Check out Touchdown Productions Game of the Week on YouTube, and you can see all the games that we have posted there, many of which go back a number of years. Some games have been viewed thousands of times now, and we appreciate your audience. But there are 8 ways to watch us here at Touchdown Productions.
So third down and long for the Bear River Bruins. They come out here to start the second quarter. Let's see what they can do here. They get better field position. A long pass downfield. He's going to Wagner, and it's going to be tipped and knocked away. He had Edie short, but everybody went back.
I'll tell you, this guy, Braden Duncan, sure likes to throw the long ball, doesn't he?
Yep.
He likes to put some air under it and throw it into a crowd. And that is recipe for disaster in that particular case. He had 1 receiver out there and 3 defenders.
So coming in to center the ball is Austin Smith. And let's see if we can check that snap this time. as Blake Nielsen goes back on his own 15-yard line. And let's see if the snap can get there to him. Good snap this time. Good rush. And they almost knock him down. It's a good kick. It's going to get a Bear River bounce to go out about the 40-yard line. And Blake Nielsen turned around to the referee and said, hey, both two guys ran into me here.
He said apparently that he got a little piece of the football. I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
Let's take a look, Steve.
Let's see if that ball is touched at all. Didn't look like it.
No, it sure didn't.
Ran into his leg, and then the other guy hits him too. So, all right, good field position for the Falcons on their own 41-yard line. There's a sweep to the right side. Bear River comes over and stops it for maybe a half-yard gain. On the tackle was Botsford. The ball carrier was Jackson.
Botsford's fast enough. He tracked him down. Ran him right down the line, behind the line of scrimmage, and was fast enough to run him down.
Going back to that punt, just to lend some credence to the theory that the ball was tipped, that was only a 29-yard punt with roll.
Oh, it was a snap. Let's see who came up with it, and looks like he fell on it. Wilson fell on it. He picks it up.
Never really had the ball in his hands, so he couldn't make the handoff. Lost about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Here's the replay. Mike.
Never really got a hold of it. Tries to pick it up and run with it, do something, but that's not going to happen.
Coming in there, making that stop was Travis Whitehead. Nice tackle there on the quarterback. So it's 3rd down. A lot of. Oh man, nice pass. It's going to be a 1st down. Pick up about 11 yard on that pass. That was Davis in on the tackle, but a 1st down completion.
That was a classic Wilson to Harshman pass.
He was wide open too.
Wide open. Good route and excellent delivery of the football.
Giving him plenty of room, and about time for the pass rush again, it looks like. Rolling out, looking out in the flat. Nice catch in there, and he broke it. He could go down. He's at the 10, the 5, and he's going to come up short of the goal line. That was Bryant. He just like you mentioned earlier, Paul.
Don't give him any space,
No,
Marty.
no.
He gets the football in his hands, and he is very deceptive. He's hard to tackle, very quick, makes a move right after he catches the football and down the sideline. Let's take a look at this. This is from field level. Rolling out, though, and very, very accurate. Able to find his receivers quickly. Wilson delivers an excellent pass. And now watch him get rid of the first tackler, and then he isn't touched. Quick enough to get down the sideline. Bear River's lucky he didn't get in.
So that'll bring up 1st and goal. Handoff, and it's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Good tackle in there by Botsford and Kramer.
Well, this guy, Brad Botsford, he can play defense, can't he?
Man, he is
tough.
He's just like Cody Hurd from last year. You remember Cody, number 20?
Absolutely.
I mean,
he's just strong, throws people out of the way.
So that's a loss of a couple, so that'll bring up 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Let's see if it'll be a rollout pass here. 2nd down and goal from the 3. Looking. He's got a man in the corner. Overthrows him out of the end zone. That'll bring up 3rd and goal. There's a good shot of Ramsauer there. He heads back to the huddle.
And that just shows you how much confidence Tony Martello has in his running game. He's got 3 yards, and he's got basically 3 downs, and he decides to throw the football in the back of the end zone.
Well, the longest run by Colfax was 9 yards, and that was their first offensive play.
So Colfax calls a timeout.
Tony's going to go out in the field and talk to his boys about this.
There's your Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Bear River still up on top here with 9:08 left to go in this 2nd quarter, 7-0. But Colfax is knocking on the door where it's 3rd down and 3 for a touchdown.
Apparently we're anticipating the touchdown and extra point already.
Well, I think that the Falcons need to just man up. They've got 2 plays, and they should just try to get a yard and a half out of each play and just beat their way into the end zone here. They might try a rollout for Wilson with a pass. We'll just have to see what Tony Martello dials up.
So here come the Falcons. 3rd down and goal. Let's see what they dial up here. Wilson in the backfield with 1 running back. Looking to pass. Got a big rush. Throwing in the corner. He's got a man open, but I think he's out of bounds. Let's see. No, they're going to call a touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
I thought he was out of bounds, but they're going to call a touchdown.
Marcus Jackson,
Was
the
he in?
junior wide receiver, beautifully thrown football and an equally as good catch in the back of the Bear River end zone.
So Colfax on the scoreboard now with 3rd and 3 for a touchdown. Go to the air, and there's your touchdown for Colfax. Wilson will be attempting the extra point here. Good snap, put down, hold, and it is good. This game was all tied up. Brian Hollister, State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
Just about the time I said they need to man up and try to just beat their way into the end zone, they throw a beautiful touch pass to the corner.
Here's the replay, Paul.
They knew what their strengths were, and that is the arm of Michael Wilson as he throws this beautiful touch pass. Now watch this, right over the shoulder. Keeps his feet in bounds. You can see a photographer getting a picture.
Oh, he was. We got blocked out a little bit.
He's got 1 foot down, and there's the 2nd foot.
They only need 1 in high school.
And that's all you need there. And the official right there to make the call, shaking his head. And finally announcing to the Colfax fans that it is indeed a touchdown.
Brian Hollister, State Farm Insurance scoreboard showing the ball game was all tied up. Colfax fans are very happy right now as they start to sound off. Edie and Tipton back along with Cordial. Wilson will be doing the kicking. He's got a strong leg. And there it is. It's going to be taken over there and out of bounds. And good heads up play in there by Ramsauer as he let that one go.
9 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter. The Bruins will take over.
Bear River's got to figure out their running game now because got some strong runners. Oh, they're going to make them kick it again. Whitehead comes out. So Ramsauer and Cordial change positions. Normally on an out of bounds, they get the ball gets placed on the 35-yard line, but Bear River's got the option, I believe. Let's see if they can capitalize on it here. Edie and Tipton back. And they're going to try it again. This one comes all the way down, and that is taken by Tipton. He comes up the middle, and he gets hammered at about the 28-yard line, so that was a 7-yard deficit right there. Was that Johnson that returned the?
I believe that was Johnson that time on the return, yeah. Now watch the hit here on the ball carrier, number 26 from Bear River. They bend him back.
So that was Johnson, so trying to run to the outside and no place to go.
Good to see Caleb Johnson back, Marty. He was injured for a number of games.
But he keeps getting hammered like that. His shoulder might not be able to take it. So here we got 8:31 left. Bear River picked up about 3 yards there. Play being sent in. So Bear River is not unable to move the ball here. Duncan, now there's a handoff, inside handoff, and that goes to Johnson. He's going to get about 5 yards, bring it up to about 35-yard line, where it'll be third down and about 3. A long three.
Good cross counter play that time by Bear River, trying to take advantage of the inside there.
Yeah, they have a strong rush, the front line of the Falcons. Tipton comes out. Wagner and Edie flank out. 2 backs in the backfield. In motion is Johnson, looking right over the middle, and that's going to be completed to Kramer, and he's going to be brought down after gaining the first down.
That was a good play that time by Duncan. He looked off the linebacker and then dumped it right over the middle to Kramer. Ended up being something of a look-in pass, and certainly got the job done. First down, Bear River.
Got handed to Kramer. That's coming very dangerous, coming over the middle like that.
And another very well-designed pass play coming in from the sidelines. Bear River's getting very creative on offense, trying to find more chinks in the Colfax armor.
That's awful hard to do. Colfax is a very good team, both offensively and defensively.
But, I haven't seen that play this year, Marty.
No.
That's something new they put in for this week.
I saw him working it yesterday. Looking, and he's got going deep, and it's incomplete. Nice coverage in there by the, that was intended for Edie. He gets up slowly.
And there was a few moans and groans from the crowd, but that was very well defended.
Yes, it was. That was Baggett in there. He is the sophomore, 5'10", 185. We'll be seeing him for a few years. Nice secondary coverage there.
Braden Duncan, he's like a power hitter. He likes to throw him out there long. He's either going to hit it out of the park or it's going to go and be caught by the outfielder. Watch this replay. Needs to put a little more air into that ball, huh, Steve?
Yeah, but credit to Colfax's defense. That was extremely well defended. Very hard pass to catch.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Wraparound draw. That's Botsford. He breaks it up the middle, and he runs over three defenders, and he takes it all the way down to the 30-yard line. Oh, that was a punishing run there, Paul. He just blew over the linebacker and then the secondary. Oh, my goodness.
They were looking for the pass, and Botsford is standing there with a wide open field in the middle. Gets himself about 26 yards and another first down for Bear River. Now the field position game is +1 Bear River, and they're looking at 6 minutes left to score.
So here come the Bruins on the move. Inside handoff, and that looks like carrying the ball was Johnson. Picked up a couple. They're trying to move the ball to the outside to loosen up that middle for Botsford. .604. Motion and hand it off to Botsford, it looks like, and he picks up about 3. Brad Botsford is the real workhorse here tonight. Keeping the ball on the ground. That brings up third down and about 7. Let's see what they call here. It's going to be a sweep to Tipton, and he's going to lose yardage there.
Yeah, the Falcon defense was not buying what Bear River was selling that time.
No kidding.
They were going to the right, and Bear River was going to the left, and everybody knew it. So it'll be 4th down and 10 now. Too far out for a field goal, Marty. This is going to be one where we're going to see Duncan air the ball out again.
He's looking, going into the corner. He's got his man, but now it's going to be intercepted, and that's going to be a pass interference, I think. They knocked him down. That's going to be a pass interference on. That was intended for Edie. That'll be 15 yards. They didn't give him a chance to catch that ball. Edie's been worked over pretty good here tonight.
Edie turned around, and just all he could get out was one hand to extend out to try to catch the football. They were holding on to the other hand and dragging him down.
So they're going to step off 15 yards. It'll be Bear River. 1st down.
You know, I still don't like the pass, Marty, and I know, Steve, maybe you don't agree with me on this, but there were a back underneath that was wide open, and he insists on throwing that ball into coverage.
That was double coverage.
Honestly, I'm a bit surprised myself. What we've seen on 3rd and longs have been inside handoffs, late developing short passes with room to run. I find it very unusual that they would call just a straightaway long pass to the corner.
All right, here come the Bruins on the 17-yard line. It's going to be a quarterback's keeper, and that goes nowhere. Nobody there.
Could well have been a broken play that time, Marty. We'll have to look at the replay on that, but he was looking to hand the ball off. There was no one there to do it. And so he just followed his back into the line.
4:22 left here.
Here's a replay on that,
Mike.
Steve.
High snap.
No, it's a keeper.
Yep. I think the high snap threw it off a little bit. So here come the Bruins again now. Now they switch. Let's see what they're going to call here. In motion now. And there's that wraparound draw again, and here comes along the sideline. That's Botsford lowering his head, and it's going to be short of the 1st down, I think.
That time, Braden Duncan did his Peyton Manning imitation. Threw a few thises and that's at the defense, and then tried to hide the wraparound draw. They're getting some yardage with this play.
Good blocking there by Matthias, number 54 for the Bruins. So that brings up 3rd down and 3. See what they call here. In motion is Wagner, rolling out to his right, looking, and that ball is going to be thrown and caught, and look, it could be a 1st down. Let's see where they spot it. And it is a 1st down. Boy, that's a great catch. It's right, Paul.
It really was. It was Ryan Wagner able to bend himself back around and make a catch here. Able to get that 1st down. Not a great throw that time by Duncan, but good enough. And Bear River now, not only are they close to scoring, but they're burning the clock down on this 2nd quarter.
2 receivers out to the right. Single back in the backfield. That's Botsford trying to cut it over the left side. And he maybe gets a yard down to the 5-yard line. So 2nd down and goal for the Bruins. Ball spotted just inside the 5-yard line. 2:26 left. So Duncan trips over the referee as he comes in with the play. Two receivers out there, going around the right side. That is Botsford. He runs right around. The 2nd touchdown for Bear River. Touchdown, Botsford. He had one tackler to beat, and he just bowled right over him, Paul.
And they sealed off the whole right side, Marty.
Yep.
He could have gone for a lot more yards than he needed. But Botsford showing some Aggressive running to the outside, a little burst of speed. Good blocking by the offensive line. Gets it done for the Bear River Bruins.
Nielsen comes in on the hold of Smith. There's the ball put down, kicked, and it is good. Blake Nielsen, Mr. Automatic out there. Here's a replay, Paul. Watch this.
Let's take a look now. Watch the way they seal off the right-hand side of this line. Right there, that block. That's number 13. He gets credit. Matt Benson.
No, that was 53.
I'm sorry.
Benson's got a broken leg, so
Oh,
I don't
can't
think
be Benson.
That was Leipzig.
Leipzig, sorry about that. 53. He comes over and he gets the
Yeah,
high five,
yeah,
too.
because he did sprung the block there. There's the Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Bear River now with 2:04 left to go. And that'll bring up 14-7 in favor of Bear River. Yeah,
You know, just leave it alone. The guy's got a broken leg. Let's give him some credit for something.
Well, last week we talked about him, and he's the young man comes out for practice with his crutches. He had to have an operation. He's a senior. He's had his season cut short, but very nice young man. So Leipzig puts in a nice block. Springs for the touchdown as that good block allowed Botsford to go in. So here comes Nielsen on the kick. Let's see where he goes with it this time. It's going to be another poocher. It's going to be taken and it's fumbled and picked up at the 15. And they cover it up and he gets out a nice run back to the 30. Still on his feet, still going. And he gets out to the 31-yard line. In on the tackle there was Travis Whitehead, number 88, along with Voter.
Lots of time left on the clock, though, for the Falcons, a minute 54.
And I think they've got 3 timeouts left, I believe. They've called one, so they've got 2. I believe they got 2 timeouts left.
Let's hope Scott Savoy doesn't go back into prevent defense. Here's a replay on that, and watch, he just does not go down.
No.
They have to blow the whistle on this guy, but he's saying, no, wait, no. I'm not going down. 5 guys it finally took to bring him down. That's good stuff.
So we're back to live action here. Is 3 yards on that carry. So it'll be 2nd down and 7. Secondary is going to have to be on their toes here. Looking to pass. And he's got a man out in the flat, and he's going down the sideline again. He's going to get a block. Got one man to beat. That's Edie. And Edie comes up and along with Tipton, big coverage. That's Harshman, the receiver.
Oh, these receivers are tough to bring down.
They certainly are.
And they
Bear Rivers are giving them way too much room, I think.
I couldn't agree with you more, Marty.
They got to get up on him. They're giving. Now you watch where he completes his pass, and the defender's 8 yards off, and then you can't make the tackle. Down the sideline you go. So looking rolling. They're going to get set. He breaks away, and he's still on his feet. Going to the sideline, going to be running out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Heads up play with 1:01 left. Stops the clock with a 1st down. They had him backed up at about the 42-yard line. Well, I'm sorry, the 38-yard line, and couldn't bring him down, so that'll bring up 1st and 10. 3 receivers out. There's a handoff right side. Big hole on his feet. Got a 1st down. That'll stop the clock. Driving with 54 seconds left. Bear River's going to have to put up a stop here.
Bear River's got to play some defense. They're just trying to waste their time away and get into the locker room. Falcons would have something else to say about that.
Let's see what they put together here, and there's going to be a flag.
I think it's going to be encroachment. No, timeout.
Timeout by Bear River. Okay, that's their last one.
I think that's a good time to use it, too. Slow the momentum. Everything's going right Colfax's way. This is exactly what they wanted to happen, starting with the kickoff.
You see Coach Scott Savoy out there talking to his defense. trying to figure out what this Falcon team is going to do. You know they're going to put the ball in the air. 47 seconds left. Well within range of a pass play.
That was Logue. Coach Logue was out there talking to his troops, giving a little bit of encouragement. This was a big stand right here. They can hold them. Wilson's got a strong leg for a field goal attempt. So it's 1st and 10. Two receivers out here to the left. Oh, bad snap. Let's see who comes up with it.
I think Bear River got it. Let's see.
May have gotten it. Let's see. And they're
They
saying
did.
Bear River. Bear River comes up with it, and that is Davis, number 2.
Premature snaps from center. Obviously, they didn't have their snap count right.
Ramsauer came up with it.
Yeah, and he hit Michael Wilson right in the chest. Wasn't waiting for it. Here's the replay on that, Steve. Watch this. Bang.
He
hits
wasn't
it.
ready at all.
No. Ball bounces towards the Bear River team, and what a break for the Bruins.
Let's see who that. That's 30. That is Ramsauer.
That's Ramsauer. They're just going to kneel on the ball now.
Nice heads-up play in there by Garrett Ramsauer. His mother is one of my students for Introduction 101 to. Looks like she's been teaching him a few things, huh? On how to cover fumbles.
You're still
She's
teaching
learned-
that 101 football class, are
yeah,
you?
introduction to Kristen Whitehead and Carrie Ramsauer. They're still attending classes.
You're not charging them for those classes,
No,
are you, Marty?
no. I'm just
There's
there's a knee by Duncan. The clock will run down, and Bear River will go into the locker room with a 7-point lead. Wow, they dodged the bullet there, didn't they, Steve?
Oh, absolutely. What a well-placed timeout that was. That set all that up.
There's your Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Bear River on top at the half, 14-7. And just like you called, this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out ball game, Paul.
I'm still saying the first team to 30 points is going to win this football game. We're going to look back on that play right there,
Yep.
Marty, and
That
that
was
was
big.
a big turning point in this game so far. The Falcons looked like they were going to come in, tie this game, and go to the locker room tied up, and now Bear River can sit on a 7-point lead, and they will receive the ball on the kickoff come the second half.
There's a good shot of the Bear River Band. Right behind the Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard, 14-7 here. Wow, that was exciting as the Bear River cheerleaders go out to meet the cheerleaders from Colfax High School, and they'll go through their routines. Exciting ball game here at J. David Ramsey Stadium. Marty Mortensen along with Paul Brown and Steve Sitter and the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team is on hand for this exciting ball game.
We will have some stats coming from Mr. Sitter here and momentarily after we take a break. But for now, we'll watch the Colfax girls give their routine.
As soon as the music comes up from the press box. Yeah, the girls are looking back for the music. But all again, I don't think they do their routines to the Bear River Band. There they are, good shot. Right at center of the field. Got to turn the volume up a little bit so the cheerleaders can hear it out there in the middle of the field. I think they've got a little audio problem here. They got it now. Here they go. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If I was a music director, I don't think that would have been my first choice of songs to dance to. What do you think?
I agree, Marty. that song sounded like my transmission when it was going out.
I don't know how they come up with these songs, but I guess they're easy to do routines to. Now the Bear River Bruins cheerleaders will go out for their routine at the center of the field, facing the home crowd. Big crowd here tonight.
Now at midfield for your Bear River cheerleaders.
Little audio problem here tonight. It's got to be frustrating. All right, nice routine there. Bear River cheer squad. And I'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River football here on the Touchdown Production Sports Network.
Delta Home Loans has been matching home buyers with the right home loan since 1989. John and Suzanne Voter really know our market and know what it takes to get you into the home of your dreams. That's why they've been voted Nevada County's best. John and Suzanne Voter love to be part of our community and congratulate the 2013 Bear River Bruin football team. We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I love SPD Market because I know all the people here and I've been coming here for a long time. I do all my socializing here and they're just a great community supporter.
I like SPD Market because it's like coming home and seeing all the people I've known for years.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Foothill Flowers has been owned and operated by the Johnson family since 1966. Our flowers are handpicked at the San Francisco Flower Mart, and we get fresh shipments from Hawaii every week. We specialize in unique arrangements for any occasion. Our design staff has 80 years of experience. Every order comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Foothill Flowers, quality and service since 1966.
Welcome back to J. David Ramsey Stadium on the campus of Bear River High School. Let's throw it over to Steve Sitter and have him bring us up to date on all the stats for that first half.
Well, at a 14-7 game, it is the little things that really count. And the two biggest stats that stand out to me, Colfax has 6 penalties resulting in 52 yards. Bear River just won 15 yards, that unsportsmanlike conduct that we couldn't really locate. Also, you look at the third down conversions. Colfax is 3 for 6 and 0 for 1 in fourth downs. Bear River is 5 for 8 and 1 for 1. So they are really getting themselves out of jams. Then you look over, Colfax also has 3 turnovers, and they're just doing everything they can to stop their own game. Bear River really only has to worry about the pass. They only have Colfax only has 45 rushing yards, averaging 4 yards per carry. But their entire offense is based around their quarterback, 141 pass yards. But you look at the number of turnovers, Bear River with just 1, Colfax with 3. You look at the penalties for 52 yards against Colfax. They really just have to clean up their game. If they do, it might be a tie game. It might even be Colfax going ahead into the locker room at halftime. But Bear River right now is doing a great job of minimizing the damage on everything they do. They get short third downs, they convert. They get long third downs, they convert most of the time. And that's really all you can ask out of this offense coming up against a very hard-hitting Colfax team. Bear River with 68 passing yards, averaging 13 per completion. Colfax averaging 14 per completion. These offenses are pretty even when you look at it. Bear River's a little more versatile. They can go with more options. They have a lot more trick plays, whereas Colfax is mostly relying on their quarterback's strong arm and the speedy wide receivers. If Bear River can keep their game varied, keep Colfax off balance, and most of all, cover those wide receivers, I think they have no problem keeping this lead all the way to the end of the game.
I agree, Steve. And, you know, if you look at the score, Bear River 14-7, you really can't say that Bear River is the best team on the field so far. It's still very, very evenly matched. And if it wasn't for one bad snap at the end of the first half, it very well could be a tie game.
Oh, no, you look at that scoreboard and you go, this is a very even game. And these are two very even teams offensively and defensively. But it's the little things that aren't necessarily happening on the field. It's the penalties, it's the conversions, it's the turnovers. It's playing smart football. Bear River might not be hands down the most talented team out on the field, but they are definitely the smartest and definitely the most versatile.
And we're here at halftime. Brian Hollister, State Farm Insurance scoreboard, 14-7 Bear River. As we'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Bear River football right here on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
Preserve the memories of your special player or team forever at obphoto.com, the official photographer of Bear River football. At obphoto.com, you'll find the highest quality prints, mouse pads, coasters, photo buttons, cases for iPhones and iPads, t-shirts, sweatshirts, travel mugs, and more. obphoto.com even makes special requests. So enjoy the memories of the season at obphoto.com, your source for Bear River sports photos.
Are you ready to buy or sell your home or property? Placer Title's your local title and escrow company located right here in the heart of Nevada County. We combine the stability of a national insurer with all the benefits of on-site title and escrow professionals. Being voted the best title company by the union readers for the past 7 years is a true testament to our local roots and unparalleled customer service. Stop by one of our 2 convenient locations and thank you for keeping your business local.
The Beam Center joins forces with Admiral Electric to offer you electrical services for your home and has a new line of whole house fans which will save you energy. They're also your headquarters for big screen TVs in Grass Valley, including the new 3D TVs, and feature the First Alert security systems as well as the famous Beam Central Vac system. It's fun and function at the Beam Easy Living Center in Grass Valley. The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax. The Old Town Cafe is the oldest continuously operating restaurant in Grass Valley. Serving breakfast and lunch 7 days a week, the Old Town Cafe is now open for dinner every Friday and Saturday night with nightly specials like steaks, seafood, along with draft beer and wine. Stop by to see Monday Night Football at the OTC with drink and appetizer specials. It's football fun for the whole family at the Old Town Cafe. And of course, brought to you by Touchdown Productions, the foothill leader in sports television. This is Gil Dominguez saying thanks for joining us tonight, and be sure to stay with us after the game when we announce the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game, created by Stuckey Engravers. Once again, the Touchdown Productions sports team will select the most deserving NU player and honor them with a beautiful plaque made by Stuckey's. So stay tuned after the game for the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award, created by Stuckey Engravers, and coming up immediately after this exclusive telecast.
Well, welcome back. Our player of the game, I think we have a unanimous decision so far from both teams. It's Brad Botsford. He has really come on tonight. He's played well all of the games we've done so far, and he could have been a player of the game in any one of those games.
He could have. On both sides of the ball, he's doing the job, and it's rarely this clear at halftime who the best player on the Bear River team is, and so we're going to keep an eye on Botsford. As far as I'm concerned, Botsford would have to give the game away all by himself in order not to win the award tonight.
Exactly.
Steve, how do you feel about it?
I feel the same. Duncan's doing a good job as quarterback. Not a potentially great job, but he's doing a very good job up against this Colfax quarterback who's just rifling passes in. I think you also maybe have to look at Kramer and Edie, 2 very good wide receivers that are making their presence felt. But right now, Botsford is just doing so much. He was really playing outstanding tonight.
So on the Colfax side of the ball here, Marty, I'm thinking that they're going to try and go with their strengths. So far, we've seen tonight that they have 2 wide receivers. They have Harshman and they have Bryant, who are impossible to tackle once they catch the football. They got to go back in that direction. On the Bear River side, they're better off running the football, burning the clock, keeping the ball out of the hands of Michael Wilson. So far tonight, we haven't seen John Voter, number 12, who is an excellent running back. I'm wondering if they're keeping him purposely on the sideline to keep some fresh legs to come in the late third, maybe fourth quarter. But if they can keep running the football and burning that clock, keeping this offensive team of the Falcons off the field, I think they have a very good chance of winning.
Yeah, I think the secondary, as we talked about earlier for Bear River, has got to start playing a little bit tighter. But they just don't want to get burned going deep, and but you can't give them 8-9 yards at a crack either. So that's very important that they do some tight coverage out there in that secondary.
You know, they're running Botsford almost exclusively, and they, with the exception of Caleb Johnson, who has had a few carries, Botsford has been their horse tonight. You can't keep running him
Yeah.
all the way through. He's going to get tired eventually.
Yep.
You got to spell him once in a while. Maybe they're going to start throwing the football a little bit shorter, trying to get their first downs that way, but I guess only time will tell. Scott Savoy's been doing this a long time. He's an excellent offensive play caller. Let's see what he comes out with right off the bat here. They will be taking the ball on the kick.
So Bear River will get the kick to start this second half, and if they can put a sustained drive together, that could be a difference in the ball game also, Paul.
Yeah, there are a lot of little things that Bear River can do to really elevate their game in case Colfax does tighten up, not have so many turnovers and penalties. A little bit better completion percentage. Bear River's percentage was 45%, Colfax's was 60%. So that's about on par for the season for both of those teams. But I think with Bear River, maybe start a little West Coast offense, short passes instead of the runs that Colfax has done a pretty good job of stopping. And I think that'll really open up a lot of the field and really give Duncan a chance to let that cannon loose.
Well, last week, Paul, and Steve, Bear River went into the locker room with a 21-0 lead, and they came out flat. They stayed at during the whole third quarter. They stayed at their own end of the field, and even had a safety on a high snap when Nielsen stepped out on the chalk line in the back, and so it was all the loggers in that third quarter. But Bear River managed to come back, and that was the difference in the ball game when they scored that touchdown. But it was very close. And so hopefully Bear River doesn't come out flat here tonight, as they've had a good talking to in the locker room.
You know what we also might see, Terry Logue, the defensive coordinator for the Bruins, was very successful early on with his defensive blitzing. He was coming right up the middle with Botsford and with his linebackers, putting real pressure on Michael Wilson, the quarterback, and disrupting his cadence. And, I think we're going to see more of that. They've got to find some way to slow the passing game down. They obviously have the running game sewed up pretty well. Let's see if they put the linebackers in action and we see more blitzing here in the second half.
And I think that the more that you blitz and the better your pass rush is, the tighter your secondary can play on the receivers so you don't get those big breakout runs. You said that they might be afraid of getting burned. Well, if the pass rush is good enough, they don't have to worry about that.
It looks like everybody's leaning towards the left side of the field here. Now Bear River spreads out. Here's the kick. Start this off, and it's going to come down and taken in there by Edie as he brings it up. And he breaks through, and he just lost his balance. No, that was Tipton, the ball carrier. Apologize for that. I thought Edie had picked that up, but that was Tipton, and he was only one tackle away from, breaking that all the way. He broke through, but just got tripped up at the very end. So here come your Bruins on their own 35-yard line. Good field position as they start this third quarter. There's a handoff over the right side, big hole, and that's Botsford as he carries for about 4 yards. Good block in there. That looked like number 54 for the Bruins. That was Matthias. He's played a good game tonight, doing some fantastic blocking to spring Botsford.
Botsford with a little bit of heavy legs there. He's got to come out and get warmed up. Not quite as quick off the line of scrimmage as he was in the first half.
Two receivers out here to the right. One back in the backfield. Handoff, big hole. And he's going to get a first down. I think he went across the 45-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Oh, they're going to call it a half yard short. That'll bring up third down and short. Now, last week when they had third down and short, on one of the plays, Bear River went for the bomb, which is really unlike a Bear River team. So coming into the ball game is Fetter. And it's going to be a keeper and taking it for the first down, and that is Duncan.
Boy, they got away with one that time. Edie was not set on the far outside right as a wide receiver. He was still in motion when the ball was snapped.
Well, he can be in motion as long as he doesn't break straight up the field. So that was a quick snap and caught kind of Colfax off guard there. So that'll bring up the first down. Bear River on the move. Johnson in motion, high snap, looking down deep over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted at the 25-yard line, coming up the sideline, and that's a big break right there. Threw into double coverage, and that was a big interception. I didn't see who made that interception. Maybe we'll see it on the replay.
And I don't know who the receiver was he was thrown at, Marty.
I don't know. I didn't either.
There wasn't really anybody in the vicinity. He just kind of lobbed the ball out there.
That's his
pretty
first
easy interception
of the season, I believe, for Duncan. That I don't know. There must have been a miscommunication. They get the ball down to the 40-yard line, and Colfax on the move right now. Handoff and caught in the backfield, and that was Kramer came up and stopped him.
Here's a replay of that interception. Let's see who he was throwing at. Had lots of time to throw the football, and just overthrows the receiver.
Yeah, he overthrew Kramer.
Yeah, I noticed that Caleb Johnson was in motion. He was the deep man.
Yep.
But that pass was kind of between both of them.
Mm-hmm. So it's second down and 12. Another handoff that's going to be around the left side, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds for about 6-yard gain. That'll bring up third down and let's see where they mark it. About 6 maybe. No, it'll be second down and 7. Third down, I'm sorry. Third down. Brings up third down. Yep, there's the chimes. So big third down conversion here for Colfax. Let's see if they rush the passer. Oh, they're going to hand it off. Big hole right side. And he's going to be, he may have gotten the first down, and he does. So all of a sudden they come out running now.
Laundry on the field, Marty. We got a hold on the Falcons, and that is going to put a chink in their armor now, backing them up 10. It'll be third and long.
Wow. They had just picked up the first down on that run over the right side. Big hole. Bear River was rushing in for the pass rush.
Steve Sitter was mentioning that they keep shooting themselves in the foot. About the time they get something going, now they'll have third and long.
Yeah, their 7th penalty, 62 yards.
Third down and 13. 3 receivers out here to the left. See if they put a pass rush on. They got a over the middle. It's caught. First down and more. As once again, Bear River giving them plenty of room. That was the Bryant, it looked like, number 3. Wow.
And he rivals another shot into Bryant. Bear River.
They're giving them way too much room.
They're not doing too good of a job on their defensive with their defensive backs. They need to get up closer to the ball, I believe.
Okay, here's first and 10 from the 28. Handoff up the middle, big hole. It's going to go for close to 9 yards, almost a first down. That was Rawlings. Rawlings on the ball carrier.
And that's Voter that's down.
That's number 12. That is John Voter. He's slow to get up. He'll have to come out. Chiardi comes in to spell him. So that'll bring up second down and short. So what looked like a Bear River stop is now given second down and 1 on the Bear River 18-yard line. So here come the Colfax Falcons. Looking, and into the corner again. That's going to be touchdown. And Wagner was beaten on that down and out into the corner of the end zone. They tie it up here. 8:14 left. Wow.
That was number 14, Edie, on defense there, and he just completely lost the receiver. Another great ball thrown into the corner, but there was no one there to interfere with that. It was a touchdown before that ball even left his hand.
Yeah, I miscalled that. So here's the snap now. And it's going to be good. Let's see, it is. So that ties the score up again at 14-14 as
the Falcons take advantage of the interception, march it right down the field, converting on third downs and picking up 7 points here early in the third quarter.
There's your Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard as showing with 8:14 left to go in this third quarter. Colfax out on top, back even now at 14-14. So Bear River's got their work cut out for them again.
And you know, Marty, you were saying that they came out flat in the second half last week.
Right.
And that's apparently, they just looked like they're just not warmed up. They came in, they left the field, they had some momentum, and now they're just on their heels.
So they're trying to get the Colfax fans into this ball game.
They're making a lot of noise over there.
And Bear River retaliates here. Let's see what they do. And they do a switch. Let's see where they kick it this time. And it's going to be a short kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. And Bear River may be wise to take the ball on the 35, and let's see what they're going to do.
Steve Sitter, here's a replay of that touchdown.
Yeah, well, this is just another case of the pass rush not getting in. He has plenty of time to step up in the pocket. There's no one in red even close to the quarterback. That just gives him all the time he needs to just set up and make a throw way back in the end of the end zone. And Edie did just get beat because the pass rush did not get in there fast enough.
All right, the Bruins will take over on their own 40. Trying to get something going here is see if they can bounce back after that big drive by the Falcons. Handoff, Botsford right side, and he's going to be driving for several yards as he carries 3 Falcons in on that tackle. Number 36, Navarez, as he's been making a lot of tackles here tonight.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Botsford, he can get you 2 or 3 yards virtually every time.
Bear River averaging about 3 yards in the first half per run, and their last 3 runs have been for exactly 3 yards.
So Johnson comes back in the game and in motion, handoff over the right side. He goes nowhere. Coming up, making that stop for Colfax. Whole left side of the Colfax line makes that stop. So now here, this is what the Bear River doesn't want to do, get into third down and long. Cordial comes into the ball game.
Well, what Braden Duncan doesn't need to do is throw it into coverage. Let's see if he can control that. Look for that wraparound draw again, too.
Let's see, he's got a man right over the middle, and he was held up. That was intended for Tipton.
That time, Botsford in the backfield, he was there to protect. Didn't see the blitz coming from the outside. Braden had to dump that ball off pretty quick. Didn't let the receiver have a chance to really finish his pattern.
So this is not what you had said that you wanted to see happen here in that second half. Run some time off the clock, but you got to be making first downs. So Nielsen back, low snap, big rush, and he kicks it. And it's going to take a Bear River bounce. It's going to go all the way on down to about the 20-yard line, 19-yard line. It'll be placed down 1st and 10 for, who's coming off limping there? That is Smith. The snapper comes off limping. So the Falcons will start 1st and 10 on their own 19-yard line. Bear River's going to have to step up and hold them here as The momentum has shifted back over to the Colfax side of the ledger here. All on the strength of Wilson's arm. So he's back in shotgun formation. Handoff. Big hole again, and it's running for 9 yards. Once again, that is Rollins.
And boy, Rollins seems to have the liveliest legs out there right now. He hit the line of scrimmage with gusto, ran right past the defensive front. They were lucky to run him down from behind.
So it's second down and about 2. Bear River looking for a stop here. Looking to pass out on the flat. And coming up and making that stop. That was Bryant, the ball carrier, but coming up, Kramer and Tipton in on the stop. That'll be good enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10. Once again, Colfax on the march. Got Whitehead into the ball game along with Davis. Josh Davis, the junior. Handoff, trying to take the right side. And he jumps over and high hurdles, and there's a penalty. Let's see what happened there. I don't know, can you do that in high school football? Did hurdle somebody?
Well, of course you can. And you know what? If you get away with it, it looks like it's going to be another hold.
Yep.
And the foot shooting continues for the Falcons. A little bit of momentum going. Here's the replay. And they have a penalty. It's going to kill them.
Oh, there, yeah, he tackled over there. That was Davis, it looked like. That was Kramer that was being pulled down on a tackle.
Pretty clear.
Yeah, that was no doubt about that.
So we have first down and about 20 yards now for the Falcons.
Three receivers out here to our left. Looking, plenty of time right over the middle. It's caught. Look at that, he's still driving. Look at him go. That is Bryant. Man, oh man. Almost got a first down. I think he did, didn't he?
I think he did, yep.
Wow, that was something. He carried 3 Bruin tacklers for about 8 yards.
So they put three receivers out to the left side, all the way out here, and they still throw into the coverage to Bryant, who comes back for the football. Surrounded by Bruins, he still picks up an extra 6 yards.
Here's a sweep coming over to the left side and coming up and making that stop. Cordial makes the stop, but not until a big gain, as Colfax figured out something here at halftime, and they're driving once again, all tied up here at 14-14. Bear River's kind of back on their heels right now. And trying to go up the middle with no place to go. That'll bring up third down, maybe a loss of a half yard.
Now, I appreciate the fact that it's early and there's a lot of football left to be played. 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the third quarter. But this play right here is a big deal.
Yeah, right.
They need to convert this first down. Bear River desperately needs a stop.
Fetter comes in, put some more beef on the line of scrimmage.
I'd expect a screen pass or some other short dump pass.
3 receivers out here to the left.
They're going to try.
Run up the middle, and he's going to get the first down on a drive.
I don't know. It's going to be awfully close, Marty. I think he did get it.
Yep.
Let's see where they spot the ball. It's going to be a measure, most likely.
First down.
Colfax continues to hunt.
Bear River needs a turnover because the momentum has already shifted to Colfax here in this third quarter. Defense is taking a beating here. Rolling out the pass, looking deep. There's another hold, and it's going to be caught, but I think it's coming back.
Yep. They were holding number 71, and It's a big hole. That's Cannon
Fetter.
Cannon Fetter, and he was really zeroing in on Michael Wilson. If they hadn't held him, he was going to pancake Wilson.
So that was
Now let's watch Cannon as he comes around. This is the biggest man on the field, and you can see him right in the middle of your screen. Two guys are on him now, and he manages to get rid of one of them, but they're holding on to that guy.
That was a nice pass.
And you see him put the international sign for "I committed a penalty," throwing his arms up in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, first and long, and it's knocked down. Heads up play in there.
That's number 88.
That's Whitehead. Travis Whitehead on that knockdown.
Well, that was a big play for Travis coming back from his linebacker position, and he came in and swatted that one down. I think we've got a second down now and 25.
Oh, Wilson comes over the sideline, gets the play. Ball's on the 41-yard line of Colfax. They've got to come all the way up to the 34-yard line. Looking plenty of time to throw, and there's going to be a flag thrown. As
I didn't see that.
I saw the push there by Tipton. He kind of pushed him. That'll be a first down. Boy, that was a big play right there.
Well, since that's a 15-yard penalty, wouldn't it just bring it back to the original line of scrimmage?
They mark off 15 yards, but I don't know if it's an automatic first down or not. They might replay it second down from after the 15-yard. Just different in high school than it is in college and pros. So let's see. They're stepping it off.
It's not an automatic first down.
No.
And so now it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yep.
So they'll pick up 15 yards, and they'll pick up the down.
That could have brought up third down and 25. Now here come Colfax. 3:17 left to go in this third quarter. It's all been Colfax here. Handoff, big hole, but he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. And pick up of 3 yards.
That time Colfax had a 2 tight end offense. When they're in tight like that and they don't spread, that's generally when they'd run the ball between the tackles.
Yeah. Well, they were tripped up, so that'll bring up third down and about 7. See if Bear River can hold here. They shift around a little bit. Yeah, they got that was rushed in there. Heads up play. And who do you think that was? That was Botsford again.
Of course, Botsford right in his face.
Yep.
So now they'll have 4th down. This is an interesting call now. I think they'll probably go for it.
Oh, yeah, I would think so. Because Bear River's been 3 and out on their 2 possessions in this third quarter. So here they come. 3 receivers out. They're up at the line of scrimmage looking over the middle. It's going to be intercepted. Let's see who got it. That was Edie. Comes up with a big play. Interception by Edie. Chris Edie comes up with a big interception. Bear River will take over on downs here, as that was 4th and about 7.
Edie coming across. That time, Bear River's defensive backs came right up to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
They were eyeball to eyeball with all the wide receivers. They weren't going to give them any room. And you'll see it here on the replay. Look how tight they are there. He tries to thread the ball in the middle, and a great play by Christopher Edie, stepping in front of the receiver.
Okay, somebody jumped. I don't know if it was Bear River or not. Looks like they're going to step it off against the Bruins.
Prior to the snap, you get a dead ball. False start on the offense. 5 yards previous spot. Still first down.
First down on the ball be spotted on the 25-yard line. The Bruins have got to start moving that ball up the field, as they've been struggling a little bit here in this third quarter.
And, you know, because the Bruins' offense is generally a run-generated offense, they can't take these 5-yard losses. First and 15 is big for them.
You can see how tight they play. Secondary's right up almost at the line of scrimmage. The in motion is Wagner. And now they're looking. There's a the pass to Botsford, but there's a flag as Botsford takes it all the way up to the 40, but I think somebody was in motion again for Bear River. That might have been Edie, left too soon.
Let's see what the call is.
Yeah. Yeah, illegal procedure again.
Wow.
That's going to be about a 15-yard penalty because they had gained almost a first down. So that'll bring up first down and 20.
Bear River is looking a lot like Colfax looked at the beginning of the first half. A lot of penalties, big play that's taken back because of penalties. They just can't seem to get anything going for themselves.
This happened to them in the third quarter last week. Played deep in their own territory. The Loggers got great field position. So now it's first down and 20.
We just got a word from the truck. Placer is leading 49-14.
Wagner in motion. High snap, looking. And, there's a fumble.
It's on the ground.
And Botsford kind of left a little early. So they're going into the playbook, but it's
really not working now, Marty. They're going to have to go back to their meat and potatoes.
Well, look at the Colfax is just crowding the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do some rollouts and get some receivers in the pattern because they are just struggling.
Well, they need to get a play in pretty quick here. The clock is running. They're going to have to take a timeout or get this play off in a hurry.
Yeah, they couldn't do it. Clock ran out. Boy, the Bear River. This was exactly what happened last week in the third quarter.
The dead ball, delay game, offense.
Wow.
5 yards.
And Bear River, that had just one penalty in the entire first half, has 4 this quarter.
Yep.
Let's put it this way. Right now, it's 2nd and 27. If they were to punt the ball, they would be lucky if it was fielded at the original line of scrimmage.
Right. So a big play. Here they go. They got 3 in the pattern. Throwing it deep.
They got a man.
And that's Edie. Goes up for it. And it's incomplete. Nice defensive coverage in there.
Boy, I thought Edie had that
ball. So did I. It looked like it.
He got his hands out there in front of him. He had it zeroed in and just couldn't snatch it out of the air. Good defensive play by Colfax by number 5, Tanner Kane.
Yeah, Kane went up there and very nice coverage. So that brings up third down and 25.
I might throw that same exact pass pattern again. Kane is out there pretty much by himself.
High snap again and a
quick kick. Quick kick, good play.
And let's see if it takes a Bear River bounce that goes all the way on down to the 35-yard line. So
that is some good savvy play by Scott Savoy. No one expected a quick kick, no return, all the way down to the 35-yard line. They just conceded the down and gave the ball back and have some reasonable field position.
Still tied here with 52 seconds left to go in this third quarter. It's been all Colfax. Bear River 3 and out on 3 occasions. So see if the defense can step up again. Handoff over the right side, but that goes nowhere. It may have gone for a loss. Good heads-up play in there. That is Voter on the tackle.
Good to see John Voter shaking off whatever was ailing him last series and coming back. They need Voter's legs and his energy right now. This defense needs to tighten up.
Okay, here comes Wilson. A couple of backs in the backfield. Different formation there. Rolling out, looking. He's got his man, but did he complete it? Yes, he did. Short of the first down, about 7 yards on that pickup.
Wow, this guy, Michael Wilson, doesn't he have himself some kind of cannon for an arm?
Oh, he is. And he's accurate, too. I mean, it's not only that he
can throw off his front foot, off his back foot, rolling to the right. He even throws pretty well rolling to his left. He's impressive.
Okay, it's 3rd down and about 3. There's a handoff, big hole, and he's going to make the first down. That's once again, that is Rollins, the ball carrier, gets that first down. Bear River's back on their heels. They'll need a change of possession here as clock runs out, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. So there it is, as Bear River's going to come over there, and Bear River is kind of, well, we'll tell you that the Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard shows what kind of a hard-fought game this is. All Colfax in the 3rd quarter, and the score is tied at 14-14 with 12 minutes left to go in this ball game.
Well, we talked about how this compares to a good championship fight, and we'll come back to that, Marty.
Yeah, there's the NCTV Power Up Next Generation Live Telethon scheduled for next Saturday, the 19th of October, between 1 and 5. Come out to the Grass Valley City Hall in front there, listen to the live bands, and bring your checkbook, and let's support the community here for Access Television on NCTV. There's some of the groups there. They got the Master of Ceremony, Bob Cottle, Peter Petty, Julia Jordan, Cheryl Noble, Gil Dominguez, and Terry Hicklin. You can also watch it on Comcast Channel 11, Suddenlink Channel 16, and NevadaCountyTV.org. So here go the Colfax Falcons. Looking, fake the handoff, looking deep, over in the corner. He's got his man. Man, there was nobody within 8 or 10 yards of him.
That was number 23, Chris Hicks, a Harshman. And I'll tell you, he's one of their best receivers. Why isn't there a back on him?
Well, they're just giving him so much room. I guess they don't want to be beaten deep. And when they'll just keep grinding it out on you. 11:52 left.
So far in this half, Colfax is 6 for 9 passing. That's much better than their first half percentages.
Well, Bear River's not getting a pass rush now. You can see they're kind of slowing down a little bit. Someone's going to have to step up if they want to stay in this ball game. Quick handoff up the middle, big hole, and taking it right up with the first down. That's Rollins, the ball carrier again. Stopped in there by Tipton. So once again, Colfax on the move.
Well, typically during this game, what has stopped Colfax about now is penalties.
Or interception. So let's see what they come up with here. Snap, and it was low, but Bear River covers that up. It's trying to go to the outside. Cordial in on the stop, along with Whitehead. Well, maybe picked up a yard. That'll be 2nd down and 9, but the accuracy of Wilson's arm is doesn't make any difference where they are on that field, Paul. Two backs in the backfield with Wilson. Looking, no pass rush over in the, that's knocked down again. Heads up play for the 2nd time was Travis Whitehead as he comes up with a big defensive play right there, his 2nd one of the night. Got his big paw up there and knocked it down. So
your 3rd down now and about 9, and Whitehead very wisely that time, tried to go for the interception. That went through his hands.
So we'll see if Bear River can hold him here. Good snap, big rush, and the pass is complete. And he's going to be stopped for short of the first down. Tipton in on the tackle along with Krogman. So that'll bring up fourth down and about 4. They'll end up going for it. Now Bear River got to take a big stand right here. Colfax on the move. Taking a long time to get the play in. They may have to call a timeout. Yes, they do. Colfax will call a timeout.
Timeout. Colfax.
The
First timeout of the second half.
Wilson's got a strong leg. He's probably in field goal range, I would think. There it would be about a 45-yard field goal. I saw him warming up. He was kicking the ball with good accuracy. That maybe it's what he was trying to do here. But let's see what Bear River can put together here. As they need a stop. Terry Logue down there talking to his troops.
Steve Sitter, what are you thinking now? What's going through the mind of the offensive coordinator for the Falcons?
Well, right now, Colfax, this is the toughest play they've had to come up with this half. Up until right now, they've done a very good job of keeping Bear River off balance. When they came back in the second half, they came out with a strong run game, something they didn't have in the first half, and that opened up big holes for the passing game to exploit. Now, they could really go for anything right now. Any play in the playbook, and Bear River wouldn't be 100% prepared for it. So now it's just a matter of finding the one that they're least prepared for.
So it's fourth down and 4. Here come the Falcons. Let's see what Bear River can defend against it.
They're in run formation.
Going to be a pass. Looking. Nobody there. He's going to try to run it himself, and he throws it up for grabs, and there's nobody there, and it's a touchdown. My goodness, how in the world, what happened to the secondary on that?
There were 2 players in the end zone that he could have thrown the ball to. Everybody sucked in when he rolled to the right. Once he got clear, had a chance to look down the field. There's the white jerseys in the end zone.
That
Touchdown
is tough.
Colfax. Clearly the best team on the field the second half. The Colfax Falcons are going to boot one in here and go up 21-14.
Man, that was there was just nobody around in that end zone. And that's up and good. Wow.
Bear River needs to come out with some action now. They've got 9:55 left.
And there's your Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard on a 4th and 4. A touchdown pass thrown in by Wilson into the end zone. I didn't see who caught that ball. Maybe you can
Let's
see
take
here.
a look at the replay here. You'll see him finding no receivers. Now he's got lots of time. The coverage is excellent. So he starts to roll, and now watch. The defensive backs leave their man.
Yeah,
you
they let
can
him
see
go.
that. You can see that at the top of the screen. They're going to try and collapse down on Wilson, and Wilson just throws it over the top.
It was a wobbly pass, too. And look at that. Both Tipton had let his man go. And did you see who caught that ball? What number?
I believe that was number 23, Harshman.
Oh, okay. So now Bear River's got their work cut out for them.
They could use a run back right here.
21 unanswered points here.
Let's see if they can get a return out of it.
Squibber taken short. And the ball carrier is going to bring it out to about the 45-yard line. Well, Bear River will get good field position. Probably the best they've had in this second half.
Now, Bear River's got to maintain their ground game. They need to get down the field without the penalties. They can't get in any negative yardage like they have in the past 2 possessions. They got to keep moving forward. Now they need the strong legs of Brad Don't get greedy. Don't try to throw too long.
Okay, Whitehead comes into the ball game with the play. Let's see what they're going to be calling. There is, but they got to get this play off here very quickly as Duncan comes in a little late.
Now a timeout's going to be called, I believe, by Bear River. Let's see.
Yeah, they just were not. They had just not had their act together at all on that one.
I think Coach Savoy now is asking the official if he was required to take a timeout. I mean, this was the first play from scrimmage after a kickoff. He started the clock very, very early.
Timeout. Bear River, first timeout of the half.
They are going to be charged with the timeout.
Yep. That was getting that play in was long, and the two players came out, another player came in, and then Duncan ran out there, and they just not gonna have enough time.
Yeah, Bear River really has to establish something quickly because their run game, I would say they're averaging about 2 yards per run right now. Their last two are for negative yards, and they haven't completed a pass this half. So they really need to come out and establish something, some method of gaining yards quickly.
Well, there's an old saying, Marty, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to get what you got.
Yeah, exactly.
And Bear River needs to change up what they've been doing. They need to find themselves something that's going to work, and I think they need to start by establishing the ground game again that was so effective earlier in this game.
Well, let's see. Here come the Bruins. And now they're gonna have a false start again.
I don't think so. I think that was defensive. Let's see how they call this.
No, they're gonna
look at that. That's the worst thing that could have happened to Bear River. Now they're going to be backed up.
Yep.
False start on the offense.
That's exactly how they started it their first series. They're just self-destructing here. 1st and 15. Last possession, it went 1st and 20.
First down and 15 for Bear River.
So here come the Bruins. Good snap, big rush over the middle. They got wide open. That's going to be a first down. Wow, that was to Kramer.
And Kramer found himself all by himself.
Yeah, they put a big pass rush on that time.
Right over the middle, Kramer coming from his wide receiver position. Finds the seam and takes the ball down the field, just what the doctor ordered for Bear River.
That puts the ball on the 42-yard line.
Watch them come back to that play.
Botsford trying to take it up the middle and runs into some the right side of the Colfax line. It maybe gets a half yard or maybe got back just to the line of scrimmage. So they pretty much stopped him here in the second half. Well, the one big run that he had was called back for a penalty. So in comes the play. Cordial comes out. Good snap, looking. That's Edium. And whereas I guess there was no flag there. He was tackled a little bit early. Nice defensive work in there by Kane. He's been covering Edie very well here tonight.
There's a replay on that, and just see how early he gets hit. You know, he goes up for the ball. No, he just dropped it.
Yeah, had it in his hands.
Good call by the official on the sideline.
3rd down. We got 8:49 left to go. Bear River needs to make something happen here. They want to stay in this ball game. Rolling out, looking, and he's going to get sacked. Duncan goes down. I'll bring up 4th down. It's a loss of about 4. They put the rush on.
Boy, the Falcons are coming, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they have really turned.
They have turned up the heat on defense, and they're just bringing the whole student body. There they are in the backfield.
Yeah, Botsford had a little trouble with that block, but then.
I mean, look at this. Look at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Look, there's 2 players just standing around, not blocking anybody.
So Nielsen comes in to do the kicking. Good snap. There's the punt. Nice kick. Spiral's going to go out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Right there on the 18. So Colfax will take over with 7:59. They put one more sustained drive together. Bear River is going to be
looking at the first L of the season.
Yeah, exactly.
But let me tell you, I like the move by Terry Savoy, handing the ball back to his defense. Right now, the best thing they can do is get a 3 and out, force Colfax to punt the football. Their offense was going nowhere fast.
See what they can do now. 2 backs alongside of Wilson. Looking at this little shovel pass that gets about 1 yard. Heads up play in there by Botsford as he comes up with the big tackle. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. They're going to try to keep that ball on the ground so to keep that clock running, because Bear River has just been unable to move the ball in this second half. So here come the Falcons. Bear River with a 5-man line. Roll out, looking deep, and he's got his man, just overthrows him. Wow. He's got a strong arm, doesn't he?
He certainly does. He did have a man open, but that stops the clock. They tried to bite off a big chunk of yardage in a hurry, and now they got 3rd down and 9, Marty.
So
they have to convert this 3rd down, or they'll be forced to punt the ball.
Colfax here on top with 7:16 left in this ball game, 21-14.
Chaz Reisner was open, but that time Wilson just couldn't hit him.
See if Bear River puts a rush on here. Straight back drop, looking right over the middle. He's got a man wide open, and is going to be sacked. Coming up big is Ramsauer. Nice rush in there by Ramsauer that throws him for a loss. That'll bring up 4th down.
But hand that one to the Bear River defensive backfield. They had everybody blanketed. There was nowhere to throw that football.
There was one receiver wide open in the middle, and he just didn't see him because he was running for his life. But good coverage in there, and now they'll be forced to punt. Going back to punt is Wilson. Bear River should get good field position here. There's the kick. Nice spot. Oh, great kick. Going back for it is Edie. He's got it. He fumbles it, but now he comes up. Big tackle in there. Great defensive play. That is number 34, LaHaye. What the hey, man? He nice tackle.
Yeah, Edie got that ball and then fumbled around a little bit, so he really didn't get a chance to look down the field. Fortunately, he put the ball away before he did, and Sam LaHaye came in and laid the lumber on him.
Sure did. So now Bear River has got good field position here. Handoff over the right side, trying to turn the corner. That's Johnson. He gets down for the 1st down. Big run for about 12 yards. Caleb Johnson with the big run on that sweep.
And more importantly, Johnson gets out of bounds. 6:14 left. So Bear River's defense comes up strong, gets the 3 and out. And now their offense decides to show up here.
Oh, here come the Bruins. Ball on the 42-yard line. Looking right over them. Now he's going. Oh, and he caught it. What a stretched out. That was Edie on the stretch out dive. What a nice play in there. That ball was a little overthrown. Edie had a step on the secondary and picked that ball up and was down on the 16-yard line. My, oh my, oh my. Nice play in there by Chris Edie. Good pass.
You know he's got to be getting tired.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And Edie's been on the field a long time, offensively and defensively. He found a little something to stretch out and catch that big pass.
Now Bear River's going to get illegal procedure, going to knock it off 5 yards.
Prior to the snap, you got a dead ball, false start on the offense. 5 yards. Previous spot.
Edie's not happy about something. Duncan.
Let's replay the catch here. Let's take a look at this thing, Steve.
Well, this is a very well thrown pass, just a little bit out in front of Edie. If it was perfectly placed, I think he's in for a touchdown, but he did good just to stretch himself out enough just to catch it.
So Bear River's got 1st and 15. They've got to get down to the 7-yard line. There's a handoff and the right side over to Johnson, and no place to go.
They're finding Johnson to have some fresh legs out there. They've been running Botsford all night, and Johnson seems to have some go left in his bag. He ran for 12 yards during the first series.
So Wagner comes in. Tipton comes out.
We're going to cross the 5-minute mark right now.
Big drive here for looking, big rush. Got a man in the corner. That's Wagner! Just out of his outreach hands.
He went right through his hands. Wagner tried to make the basket catch and just couldn't come up with it.
He had the man beat.
He did. The ball was there.
That brings up 3rd down. 4:54 left. They need a 1st down here.
Wow, Wagner had the shot. Bear River's not going to get many like that.
No, he had beaten the defender just out of his outstretched hands. So here come the Bruins. 3rd down, looking. Try it again, and there's pass interference, but he got it anyway. Caught it anyway.
This time
Touchdown.
Edie gets it.
That was Edie. Even though he was pushed, he almost stepped out of bounds, too. He can't come in to catch it, but he was forced out. That could have been pass interference. That was the same play.
How could it not have been pass interference? If he hadn't caught that ball, there had to be a flag.
Oh, I know.
There
had to be.
But Bear River showing that they've got grit.
Yeah,
right
they
here
do.
At the end of the 4th quarter, down by 7 points. They're coming up big. And
okay, Blake Nielsen now with the extra point attempt. Good snap, put down, kicked, and it is good. Blake Nielsen, the extra point, ties this game up with 4:47 left. Man, oh man, oh man.
Well, we knew it was going to be a big game, and we knew there was going to be tight towards the end. Let's watch this replay. Steve, talk to me.
Well, first of all, good pass protection. The rush didn't get there in time to really break up this play. But, yeah, you can see him down on the ground trying to hold down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know how that couldn't be pass interference either, but it doesn't matter. He makes the catch.
Yeah, that was Kane that had been defending Edie all night, and he just grabbed him and pushed him, and they was able to hang in there and catch that pass. So that ties the score with 4:47 left. This is a ball game.
This is a football game, and they don't get any better than this in the PVL.
Nope. Two high potent teams out here. There's the Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Bear River comes back in the 4th quarter here with a score, 21-21. Now let's see where Nielsen kicks the ball this time. Is he going to try to go into the end zone? Let's see. Yeah, he did, and a good strong kick. Let's see whether they're going to get it all the way back to the 10-yard line. Oh, and coming up and making that stop. Man, oh man, that was Krogman. Woo!
Kyle
Good
Krogman.
hit.
And they needed a stop like that.
Right.
They put him all the way back on the 15-yard line.
Nice kick in there by Nielsen as he drove that deep. So now they're back in their own territory. Ball spotted on the 16-yard line. Good tackle in there by Krogman. Kyle Krogman came up there and put the hurt on him.
Paul, what did you say the max prep spread of this game was?
3 points. 27-24.
Let's see where they're looking deep. And over the middle, and it's going to be overthrown. He had his man, but good pass rush in there by, that was intended for Reisinger.
Now it looks like Michael Wilson is trying to force the ball.
Yeah.
He was rushed that time, and he tried to force it into Reisinger, who really wasn't open. I think to put the blitz on right now would be wise by Terry Loeb.
So here they come. Looking, and they're going to throw a little screen pass. Almost intercepted. That was Voter. Almost picked that ball off. He was tackling that receiver and just took his eye off the ball, or else that would have been a big play. So now it's 3rd down and 10. Let's see if they bust loose on a.
Here's a replay on that here. Let's see how close Voter gets. The ball is tipped.
Yep.
And almost brought down.
All right, the players are yelling for the fans to come to life here. Let's see what happens. Then they're going to be a false start maybe. Let's see.
Delay a game.
Delay a game. That'll take them back 5 yards. That'll be 3rd down and 15.
Colfax's 11th penalty of the night.
Now the defense has got a chance. Coming in is Chiardi. Trying to get a pass rush in there. Fans come to life. Looking. Big rush. And he throws it. And they couldn't tackle him. He's still on his feet. He's going to get a 1st down. Wow, my goodness. Big pass rush. And
And that was the agility and the great ability of Wilson to look down the field, keep a presence of mind, find a receiver, and hit him when he needs to.
And then the receiver just juked the defender, and I think that was Wagner or Voter. I couldn't remember.
I will say this, though. Michael Wilson took the hit of his life to make that pass.
Yeah. Handoff, trying to do a sweep. Here come the Bruins. They stop him for no gain.
In on the stop.
That was Cordial.
Yeah, let's take a look at this hit. Here it comes. He's gonna roll out. He senses the presence behind him. Here's the rollout. Bam! This is a huge hit.
But look, nobody around, and now they couldn't get him down, and he picks up the yardage and got a 1st down. So here they come again. Run up the middle, big hole, 1st down.
And the Colfax Falcons have found life.
Yes, they have. After that 3rd down and 15, Bear River had them pinned all the way back down to almost the 10-yard line.
3 minutes and 29 seconds left. The Falcons on the move.
Don't forget that Wilson's got a strong leg for a field goal. Rolling out, looking, he's got a man open, and he falls down, he slips. Boy, oh boy, he went right by the defender. That was Voter.
Yeah, if he doesn't fall on that, that is a very dangerous play.
Yeah, no kidding. So that stops the clock with 3:08. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So here come the Falcons again. Let's see if Bear River puts on a pass rush. Snap. They do, and there's a run for about 6 yards up the middle. Chiardi makes that tackle. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 6.
Lots of time left on the clock, just ticking past the 3-minute mark.
Bear River's got to come up with a stop here. Crowd is on their feet. Run again. He's got the 1st down. Big hole. Once again, that is Rollins. He is really racking up the yardage here. There's a 1st down. The clock continues to run. They're getting close to field goal territory. Here come the Falcons one more time. Two receivers out to the right, one to the left. Good snap, looking. A man right over the middle, nobody there. They're in field goal position right now. 21-yard line of Bear River.
These receivers are wearing out the defensive backs of the Bear River. They are obviously and clearly tired. They have been running after them all night, and now they're wide open, and Wilson is just picking them apart.
So Bruins call their second timeout, stop the clock with 2:15. Yeah, they're gasping for air, no question about that. It's been a tough game tonight.
It has, and I've got to say right now that Bear River is playing for the tie. Bear River needs to have a stop, and they haven't had that in a number of downs now. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. They took a timeout. I think they just needed to get a breather.
Yeah. Well, the last time they took a timeout in this position here on a third down, they threw a touchdown. So with
Friday night, and that will also be the first annual Veterans Night here at Bear River.
Andrew Leonard being talked to in there by Coach Savoy. There's a big shot of Feder and Voter. Don't forget, NCTV Power Up Next Generation live telethon Saturday the 19th. Come on out to Grass Valley City Hall for this fundraiser. Keep NCTV on the air. Keep Bear River and Nevada Union games coming your way. So let's come on out. Bring your checkbook. Help the cause. Here come the Falcons. See if Bear River can put a stop to Wilson here. Inside handoff, and they stop him at the line of scrimmage. Feder in there on the tackle. Short gain of maybe a yard. Good shot right there of Whitehead, Ramsauer, and Feder, along with Kramer at front four.
Someone from Bear River needs to come up with a big play now.
What happened here? Who called timeout?
We got timeout, Bear River.
That's their third timeout.
Last timeout of the half.
Going to try to stop the clock.
I'm not sure why they'd want to stop the clock. Terry Logue, his defensive team on the field, they
because if you watch Wilson, who's their kicker, he's got a strong leg, and he can't kick that field goal. Right now, it's the ball is spotted. Looks like on. Right, here we go again. Bear River's used up all three of their timeouts. I think Colfax still has two left.
They do. It wouldn't surprise me if Colfax just runs the ball right now just to kick a field goal as time expires.
There's a handoff. Rollins, big hole. He's going to break it into the end zone. Touchdown, Colfax. My, there was a hole there the size of a truck to get in there. Man, Colfax fans across the way are going crazy. Bear River fans are stunned. That Rollins has played a whale of a ball game tonight in this second half.
No question about it, but what Colfax came up with here late in the game is they found a running game.
Yeah.
They ran the ball down Bear River's throat here with about 4 minutes to play. Bear River expecting to see the passing game that they had seen all night long.
Yep.
And they ran the ball to a 28-21 lead.
Take a look at that replay on that touchdown. Watch this hole. They pinched down and got a good block there.
And it runs past everybody.
Yep. And he takes it in for the touchdown, 28-21. Bear River's got their work cut out for them now.
That was Kyle Bryant, the Colfax Falcon.
There's the Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Was that Bryant the ball carrier, or was it Rollins?
It was Bryant.
Bryant? Oh, I apologize for that. 28-21. So Colfax now with the big second half. See where they, Wilson kicks it. Going to be a squibber, taken short. And let's see, it's going to be brought down on about the 40-yard line, close to the 40.
So Bear River will have some reasonable field position. They have no timeouts.
No timeouts left.
Gary Logue burned their last timeout on defense, so they will have to work this ball down the field quickly, and they'll have to be very organized with a minute 37.
Oh, here come the Bruins. Last chance, 1:38 left. Looking. Over the middle, he's got Cordial. And he's got still on his feet, still going. First down. Let's see if they give him his forward progress. First down. Cordial comes up with a bum leg there. And he got a cramp in his leg, I think. Nice catch. Hard-fought game tonight, boy. These guys, these young men are going to be sleeping well tonight, I think.
This game is not over, Marty.
Yep.
I'd like to see Bear River with a timeout or two in their pocket, but they still have time to get down the field. The Falcons are playing in a prevent defense. They are back in a protect defense, and that's a good way to lose a football game.
And he's going to spike the ball, and clock was running after they spotted it. They're in 4-down territory no matter where they go, so Whitehead comes off. Edie comes back in, goes out to the right. Being rushed. Throwing it up, and it's going to be caught in there by, it's incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Edie came back for it.
Good job of Duncan just to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, right. He was running for his life back there.
You'd like to see that pass maybe be a bit lower so there's no risk of interception, but it does fall.
Edie's struggling a little bit there. Well, it's 3rd down and 10. Oh, now what? That's intercepted, I think. But
it is. No, it's incomplete pass.
But
they
it looked
will
like there was pass interference there, though. They were all over him. Threw into double coverage.
Well, what Coach Savoy has done is he's brought his entire line in and only had 2 receivers out in the pattern that time. He was going to protect his quarterback and get the pass off. Here's a replay of it. You'll see it right here. He's throwing into coverage. There's only 3 receivers out total.
All of them going long, nobody over the middle, so now Colfax going to call a timeout.
Timeout. Colfax.
Edie's hurting.
Second charge timeout of the half.
He's a tough kid. Brings up 4th down and 10. What kind of play do you put in your playbook here, Paul?
Well, first of all, you got to get a first down.
Yep.
Okay, you got to get the 10 yards, so you got to complete the pass. Hopefully to the outside someplace where you can step out of bounds, but
right.
It's got to be 10 yards or the game is over.
Yep.
Then if you do complete the pass, Your offense has got to get to that line, and you got to spike the ball quickly so that
Yep.
you can get another set of downs in. And I'm sure that's what they're talking about on the sideline. They might try something. You've got enough time still to go over the middle and use the middle of the field. You don't necessarily have to go out to the sideline with 1:04 left. But you're going to need to get back on that football in a hurry.
But you got to get the first down. Super critical right here for the first down. All right, here's your ball game. Fake handoff. Rolling, looking. And let's see, it's incomplete. And Colfax is going to come up with a victory. Let's see. Now, they said Edie was out. Didn't make the catch. So, tough loss here for Bear River tonight. Colfax stepped up.
They just need to kneel on the ball. There's no timeouts left. The Falcons, favored in some people's book to win tonight, clearly the better team in the second half. As Bear River
came out rushing, and that was the difference in the ball game. Was Bear River had pretty much stopped the passing attack, and then second half Coach Martella came out with a good running attack, and that was your ball game. Take a knee, and the clock continues to run. They can't stop it. They'll take one more knee, and Wilson hugs his back, and the Colfax Falcons come in here tonight and take a big victory, 28-21 on a well-fought, well-played ball game. Don't let as much time run off the clock. There it is. Take the knee, and there's your ball game. Colfax let the clock run out, 28-21, and fans go crazy over there. And Coach Martello gets a soaking with the water bucket, and Bear River played a whale of a ball game tonight. They just got out hustled in that third quarter. That happened to them last week, but Bear River was able to come back. There's your Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard as Bear River loses to the Colfax Falcons 28-21. 6-0 for the Falcons. And this happened last year. Bear River came out and was 5-0. They came in and played Colfax, and they ended up losing in those two games, but they went on to the playoffs. But tough. Wow.
A lot of disappointed people filing out of the Bear River stands now. They're going to rally in the middle of the field here. Bear River just ran out of gas in my book. I think that they were a little bit maybe out-finessed in the second half and out-conditioned.
Yep.
The defense didn't have the pop in their leagues they had the first half, and they had a flat third quarter. Going into the locker room up by 7 points by virtue of a bad snap, they weren't able to use that advantage to come back in the third quarter and maintain that lead.
There's your Brian Hollister State Farm Insurance scoreboard showing the totals here for tonight's ball game.
Let's go over to Steve Sitter, who is furiously calculating his stats over here. I may have asked him too soon here.
Yeah, a little bit. I can tell you this. By the end of the game, the third down conversions, which Bear River was winning 5-8 and 3-6, by the end of it, they were both at 7 for 14. Bear River failed to convert on third down as well as they did in the first half, and Colfax did a great job coming back and not really giving up in those tough positions. Colfax only had 4 turnovers. I know it seemed like more, and Bear River had 3, which is just another thing Bear River could have completely avoided. And that Bear River, with 6 penalties in the second half, 7 for the game, that just killed any semblance of momentum they might have had. Even though Colfax had 11 penalties for 97 yards and Bear River had 7 for 55 yards, it just it just seemed like every time they had the opportunity to mount some sort of counterattack, some sort of offensive of their own, delay of game or a false start. I believe they had 1 delay of game and 2 false starts in the same set of downs, which you can't do, not when you're playing tied, not when you're playing, especially not when you're playing behind. And that really was their biggest problem. They couldn't mount any sort of momentum. Conversely, Colfax did a great job coming back in the second half, with 143 rushing yards total, 4.5 yards per carry, whereas Bear River, who had 61 rushing yards in the first half, only had 19 in the second half. They had no run game to speak of. 80 rushing yards for the game, 2.5 per run, and their passing game was just, it just couldn't compete with Colfax. Colfax was averaging 14 yards per completion, and it only got bigger in the second half. When they started running the ball, that really opened up their passing game, and Bear River just didn't have any defensive or offensive answers for Colfax renewed energy in the second half.
Well, like Marty said, one team goes off the field with 1 loss, the other goes off the field undefeated, and that would be the Colfax Falcons tonight.
It was a close game, and both. You hate to see either one of these teams lose after playing their hearts out tonight. But Colfax put that second half surge in the running game, and that was a difference in the ball game.
And I'll tell you, the player of the game is still going to be Brad Botsford, but Christopher Eady came up big late in the game. He had a couple of big catches. He had a couple of big defensive plays. We got to use him as an honorable mention tonight, but we'll give that player of the game award to Brad Botsford, who laid it out on the line, threw his body in there when he needed to, and ran his heart out.
And was just excellent on defense that first half. But the second half, it was all Colfax, and that was the difference in the ball game.
Colfax with 293 passing yards on the night.
Big night.
Yep. Don't forget, next week, the Placer Hillmen come to town here at J. David Ramsey Stadium. Paul Brown and Steve Sitter, Marty Mortensen will be here, and the Touchdown Production crew will be bringing you that game. So next Friday night on Comcast Channel 11, Suddenlink Channel 16, Waveband Channel 20, and Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube channel. Look for us there, and be an exciting game here next week.
You'll actually have Scott Hopper next week. Marty, I'm going to be in the islands,
and
unfortunately,
okay.
I'll be saying aloha.
Aloha. Yeah, have a nice time. There's our play, Bill Slade. You don't think I'm jealous. Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game, Stookie Engravers, number 47, Brad Botsford tonight, as it was a very, very exciting ball game. And Colfax comes out on top here as the parents join the players in the center of the field. And we'll be back here next week to face Placer High School. Had a big win tonight. I couldn't remember who they were playing, but it might have been against Foothill. Because Foothill I don't think has won a ball game yet this year, but Placer blew them out, and so we'll have a very competitive game next week. And enjoy your week in the islands. Have a good time. Aloha. Yeah, your executive producer, director for tonight's game, Gilbert M. Dominguez. Titles and replay provided by Daniel Paddock. Camera operators, Daniel Paddock, Paul Town, and Chase Baxter. Your announcers for tonight's game, Marty Mortensen along with Paul Brown and Steve Sitter. Office manager, Lynn Dominguez. Remote facilities provided by the Commander 2. Commander Maintenance, Plaza Tire and Auto Service, Reeves Auto Parts. Scoreboard, Brian Hollister, State Farm Insurance. Player of the Game Award, Bill Slade and Sons Trucking. Stookie Engravers goes to number 47, Brad Botsford, with his fine performance tonight, both offensively and defensively. Touchdown Accounting provided by Cinto Graziano, LLP. And don't forget, we have plenty of recorded DVDs for you. Give us a call, and 8 ways to watch us. Check us out. Next week, big exciting game, Bear River versus Placer Hillman. And for Gil Dominguez, Paul Brown, Steve Sitter, this is Marty Mortensen saying thank you for joining us here on your NorCal Game of the Week. Good night, everybody.